Tigers, coming off of a 47-19 season, take on the Clemson Tigers, who are making their 10th College World Series appearance. Nebraska is back. That means so are their fans. And here's what it looked like last night as they waited online for tickets for general admission to tonight's game. The line started forming at 5:30 yesterday afternoon. Let's look at the entire field. A double elimination tournament. This afternoon, Georgia Tech knocked off South Carolina 11-0. After our matchup tonight, the series continues tomorrow. Notre Dame making its first appearance here since 1957. They'll play Stanford. And the game of the first round will have Texas battling Rice tomorrow night on ESPN. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick along with Harold Reynolds, and it's great to have you with us for the College World Series. Nebraska's visit here last year was all too short, only 2 games. They may have been overwhelmed by all the hoopla that surrounded it, but that experience should serve them well now.
Well, it really has, and Coach Dave Van Horn decided to have everybody wear practice jerseys in practice instead of their game uniforms. Last year, they're running around, everybody's excited. By game time, they were burned out. They had nothing left.
Taking the hill for them tonight, Shane Komine. He missed over 30 days this year with a bad pitching elbow, but he's back in form. His stats, 10-0 on the season, a 1.87 ERA.
Well, I tell you what, he is a tremendous college pitcher, drafted in the 19th round. But, Mike, the biggest thing outside of the numbers is his heart of a lion. Last year, he gave up 3 runs in the first inning when he was in the World Series last year. He wants to definitely do better than that. When
you look at the Clemson Tigers, you have to take a look at their version of Murderer's Row. Their 2, 3, 4 hitters, unrivaled in college baseball, have combined for 74 home runs and 244 RBIs. And the College Player of the Year, Khalil Green, what a special guy he is.
He really is. He is a great story in itself. Was not drafted out of high school. 14th round as a junior. This year went in the first round, the 13th pick overall in the draft. A tremendous player. The Padres organization who drafted him, very excited to have him.
When we come back, we'll have the starting pitchers and the starting lineups for Game 2 of the College World Series from back here in Omaha. Welcome back to Omaha. And moments ago, this was the scene as they concluded the national anthem, the flyover of the stealth bomber. Wow. That is impressive. Nebraska's head coach Dave Van Horn in his 5th season, making a 2nd straight trip to the College World Series. Here's his starting lineup.
Jeff Lizey from Omaha, Nebraska. After baseball, I want to be a shrimp boat captain.
I'm Daniel Bruce from Omaha, Nebraska. My favorite show is Baseball Tonight. I like Harold Reynolds.
Judd Morris from Seabrook, Texas. My favorite player is Craig Biggio.
Jeff Blevins, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Justin Seeley, Nacogdoches, Texas, oldest town in Lone Star State.
Drew Anderson, Kearney, Nebraska. My favorite player is J.D. Drew.
Will Bull from Conroe, Texas, and my favorite show is Baseball Tonight.
Brendan Iman, Papillion, Nebraska.
Joseph McIdas from St. Louis, Missouri, home of the Bowling Hall of Fame.
And as always, a pleasure to welcome the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Dave Ryan. Hello, David.
Hello, Mike and Harold. Thanks so much. Dave Van Horn, head coach of Nebraska. You've talked a lot about the change in attitude with your team, the demeanor, a little bit of more low-key approach. But we've got 26,000 fans screaming, "Go Big Red." How does your team respond tonight?
I think they've handled it very well this week. They learned a lot from last year. 2 one-run losses, very disappointed. Feel like that we left maybe our best part of our game in practice and pregame. The team seemed a little bit tired. We've tried to really low-key it and take, like I said, a different approach where, you know, we're saving it up, and hopefully it'll happen today. We're playing a great team at Clemson, and we know we're going to have a lot of energy if we're going to win this one.
Thanks for your time. Good luck, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
Mike, back upstairs.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. And Van Horn and his team will be facing senior right-hander Steve Reba of Clemson, 6'3", 180. He is out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Well, this guy's got 4 pitches he'll throw tonight. He has a fastball, curve, slider, change, pitch within. He throws a hard sinker, 84, 86, but he's always around the plate. Very effective.
Harold, what kind of defense does he have behind him tonight?
Well, the big D we talked about the big guys in the middle. Clea Green, obviously, the All-American third baseman. But Kyle Frank, the center fielder, I think he's got the big chore tonight with the wind. You have to check and balance your defense out there, and the outfielders are going to get a pretty good workout tonight. The wind in this place, Mike, we've seen it through the years. You got to check it out almost every pitch in this place.
It would certainly had a big impact in the first game of the afternoon, and normally the wind blows out to left. This afternoon and tonight, it's blowing toward right, and those balls get up in the jet stream and really carry. Here's the umpiring crew tonight. John Magnuson behind the plate. Down at first, A.J. Lostaglio. Jim Garman down at second. Kevin Doherty at third. And we are set to go in front of a sellout crowd at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha. Clemson against Nebraska. Jeff Lizzie, the center fielder, left-handed batter, will lead it off. A junior from right here in Omaha. Hitting .378. Dave Van Horn says when he gets on, we score.
Well, he makes things happen when he gets on base. 25 of his last 27 in stolen bases. He's got a little bit of pop. He'll hit the ball around the ballpark and expect him to ignite for him.
1-1 from Reba. Slash past the second baseman. Into right field for a base hit for Jeff Lizzie.
He played well last year in the College World Series. Loves the pressure. And right there, he got a nice fastball and drove it right back up the middle. It shows me a lot for him to take his approach up the middle and not try to get too over anxious and pull a pitch.
Exactly what Nebraska needed to start the ball game. The leadoff runner aboard for Daniel Bruce, a freshman from Omaha, 180-pounder, hitting .298 on the year. Looked like he wanted to bunt, takes a called strike from Reba.
Well, it's interesting, Mike. A hitter will tell you what he's going to do. Watch how far up in front of the plate he stands. He almost tells you, I'm going to bunt the ball. Why he's so far up in front is because if he puts the ball on the ground, now it's going to be in fair territory. Watch where he stands. Look at how far up in front of the plate he is.
Throw to first. Lizzie over there, 25 steals in 27 attempts. Nebraska would love to manufacture a run early.
Yeah, they're not a big power team. They play probably more of a fundamental game than anybody in college baseball. Fundamentally meaning bunt, hit, and run, those type of things.
With Hopper out of the lineup and the injury, they only have 4 players with batting averages over 300. Hopper would have been the 5th, but even so, not a big hitting club. One and one to Bruce. Takes a cut at this one and missed. Change speeds on him, 1 and 2.
That's a nice changeup. We talked about Reba being able to throw. He'll throw 4 different pitches: the fastball, the curve, the slider, and the change, and he'll throw them at any time in the count. He's got that much confidence in throwing those for strikes.
Another throw to first. Reba making his 20th appearance and his 19th start on the season. Comes in with a .406 ERA. Check swing in the dirt. Good block by Isaac. 2 and 2.
I would not be surprised to see the runner start here in this count. It's a good count to run in. More likely get something off speed. If it's a fastball, you got a guy that puts the ball in play.
Inside, full count.
Well, I didn't want to run there. I bet he's going now. 3-2.
Bruce, pretty good contact hitter, handles the bat well. Slapped foul as Lizzie was off and running from first base.
Well, I'm amazed at how far up in front of the plate Bruce hits. You know, when he first got in the box, I thought for sure that was just a bunting situation.
Didn't back off, did he?
He has not backed off. Most hitters are going to stand back in this area. He backed up a little bit. Not a whole lot. He is way up in front of the plate.
Ooh, close. Trying to keep Lyzee from getting that big lead, and Michael Johnson slapped the tag on him the 4th time that they have thrown over to first so far. Bruce earned a spot in the lineup in March, has been there ever since. Another throw over. Now, Harold, when you're a middle infielder in this situation, you know the guy is going to be going. How much can you delay to try to hold your position?
Well, you try to move yourself into a position where you can just wait and practically walk to the bag after the hit-by pitch.
He already holds the single-season record for Nebraska, 26 hit-by pitches. He got plunked there.
They just turned right into that one. It was going to be ball 4 or hit by pitch, either way you look at it.
Well, he's not about to get out of the way. Single season record extended. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And here's the guy they wanted up in these situations. Jed Morris, the catcher. He is the only power on this club. 21 home runs, 84 RBIs. He's a sophomore, 6 feet, 190. People have tried to pitch around him since Hopper's injury because Hopper was the cleanup hitter. Well, he protected Morris a little bit.
Yes, he did. And very interesting, too, Mike, is that he likes to hit the ball in the gaps. And you can see they've swung their outfield around to right field. The right fielder playing very deep.
Tough to pitch around him with runners at first and second, nobody out.
Sure is. The first inning is so crucial, too, so critical. You don't want to just pitch around guys and extend the inning out.
Morris digging in on 2-0. Missed outside, ball 3. Well, does your only power hitter have the green light on 3-0?
I think you turn him loose. We'll see. They don't turn him loose very often in the college game, 3-0, though.
That's Jeff Blevins on deck. Just missed on the outside. Bases loaded. A single, a hit batsman, and a walk.
Well, Mike, it's almost like in basketball, you want to play your style of game. Maybe you're a team that slows it down, or maybe you fast break. This is perfect for Nebraska. They're not a power team. They want to manufacture. It's a great start for them.
Just what the doctor ordered. The Huskers finished second in the Big 12 this year, making their second straight College World Series appearance. And their leader, Morris, had just walked. All-time leader in several categories. They went 3-0 in the regionals, then in the super regionals. Took 2 out of 3 from the Richmond Spiders to advance to Omaha for the second consecutive year. Rob Childress out to talk to his pitcher. Reba has dug himself a major hole here in the first. Blevins, a .295 hitter, 6 home runs out of Sand Spring, Oklahoma. That was in there for a called strike by John Magnuson.
Now, you got to realize this is not Major League Baseball where they play in front of 30,000 people every night. This is the biggest crowd that Clemson has ever played in front of. I mean, a little bit of nerves, you can see that in Mr. Reba.
About 20,000 more than the Expos get. It's outside.
Got that right.
1-1, bases loaded, nobody out. If you just joined us, top of the first for Nebraska. Strike called outside corner at the knees. Nice pitch from Reba.
Well, he's really trying to get that ground ball right there. The hard sinker off the plate, making the guy chase it. He doesn't want to throw a ball inside with the wind blowing to right and also a left-handed hitter. One of the most difficult things to double up is a ground ball to the right side, back to second base, and then over to first.
Jack Leggett bringing Clemson here for the 4th time. Love to get a strikeout here. Missed with a fastball outside 2-2. Reba in the Super Regionals against Arkansas was rocked for 7 hits and 5 runs in 1 2/3. So he's trying to bounce back from that. 2-2, bases loaded. Fastball just ticked foul.
Levin's a switch hitter. Like most switch hitters, it's better from the left side than the right, just because you get a lot more reps. Most guys are natural right, but you have more opportunities to hit left-handed because there's more right-handed pitchers.
Blevins has been clutch in the NCAA tournament. 2-2 way outside. Full count with the bases loaded. Well, and Reba just can't afford to be fine anymore. He's got to put one in there.
That'll make your defense work for you.
And this defense has the best fielding percentage in school history. They can't do much if they're standing there with their hands on their knees. 19 pitches already for Reba. Here's the 3-2. Fastball down the middle, ripped to right. Schmidt goes back to the wall, makes the catch. The run will score. The runner will advance to third. Blevins gave it a ride, and it's 1-0 Nebraska.
Great fundamental baseball. We talked about Nebraska being a fundamental team. The fly ball to right, a lot of players would watch that ball. The runner at second, tremendous job of tagging up. See the determination right there, locked in. He thought he got it pretty good, but the right fielder Schmidt makes a nice catch, but the runner going from second to third tagged up. And Mike, that's the biggest part of the inning right there, tagging up and getting the third base on that ball.
Lyzee scores 1-0 Nebraska, and that'll bring up Justin Seeley with runners at the corner and 1 out. Steve Reba on 3-2 came right down the middle, and Blevins barely missed a grand slam. Seeley takes a fastball outside. He's the designated hitter today at 327 out of Nacogdoches, Texas.
Love that name.
Isn't that great? I think there's a Nacogdoches, Louisiana as well. So good they used it twice. Now Seeley, with that wind blowing out to right, may be thinking of the Super Regional. He had a grand slam there. That one was to the opposite field.
I'd be surprised they cut the runner at first base loose in this situation. You got the big hole over there, left-hand hitter. Maybe pull one through the hole and get you another first and third situation.
First inning struggle for Steve Reba.
He just hasn't looked comfortable. He's struggled. A lot of times a pitcher, after that first hit, you have to go immediately to the stretch. You're not ready for that yet. You don't have the same comfort level.
And he has missed badly, especially outside.
We got double barrel working in the bullpen. Let's take a look at his delivery here. Looks like he's just struggling. See him fall off towards first base. He's not allowing his arm to catch up to his body, and I think that's where a lot of his problems are.
Hogan and Boozer. Boozer is the left-hander. The Clemson Tigers. And you sure don't want your bullpen that active in the first inning.
A little game of cat and mouse. Now remember, a lot of times in college game, the pitches are called from the bench. The pickoffs, the pitches, everything. The whole game is controlled from the bench. So when you see him doing that little first or third move.
Strike called on 3-0.
That's more than likely coming from the bench. And they're stalling, trying to get those guys loose.
Seeley 3-1. Seven home runs, 36 RBIs. That one is smoked but foul, 3-2.
And that's why they were leaving that runner at first base, because they wanted Seeley to have the opportunity to hit it through that hole. And you see his ability to turn on a pitch right there.
Come on, Ted, come on now.
See this big hole in this area? That's what he was shooting for. With the runner at first, you hold that first baseman, it opens that whole side up. He might be moving here, though, Mike.
Very good hitter with runners in scoring position. Pops this one up. The wind should keep it in play. Baker in foul territory. That's 2 outs. That's a big out for Reba.
It really is, especially when you know the offense that Clemson has. You got to capitalize when you get an opportunity like this inning right here. Put as many points on the board as possible.
And as much as Reba has struggled in this inning, he was down 3-0 to Seeley and came back to get him on an infield pop-up. So that'll leave it up to another left-hander, Drew Anderson. Young man out of Kearney, Nebraska, who's 6'2", 190-pound sophomore, who was a star in everything in high school except baseball. His high school team did not have a baseball team. Played a little Legion ball, but he is really an athlete who's still learning to play this game. And they expect big things from him. Comine, it's been so long, he's going to go down and warm up a little more. Took something off, and Anderson was way out in front.
We were talking about the athlete that Anderson is. The football team and the track team both asked him to walk on. Now, that's pretty impressive, especially talking about the football program they got at Nebraska.
Well, usually walk-ons at Nebraska are high school All-Americans somewhere. Breaking pitch, caught the corner, 0-2. Nice pitch from Reba. That is some walk-on program for that football team. Sure, Dave Van Horn says, don't you guys have enough? I'm trying to build this program. Don't be taking guys.
Got that right.
Now, this would be a big bonus for Clemson if they can get out of this inning with only 1 run scoring, with the bases loaded and nobody out. That's the way it started. On a single, a hit batter, a walk. We've had a sacrifice fly and a pop-up since then. And this half of the inning has already taken nearly 30 minutes. Marcy. 0-2. That's an old-fashioned waste pitch.
Yeah. It's going way outside. You used to see that waste pitch on the inside half, and now they want to make sure they get a ball. And that was obvious.
That one slipped out of his hand, trying to get a backdoor breaking ball, and it's 2-2.
Well, he's throwing 2 pitches on the inside half of the plate, and they have been tattooed. The base hit to open the game, and then the foul ball, and the ball to right field. There's 3 balls that have been over the plate inside. Everything else been outside.
Well, there's another one that missed by a foot and a half. Full count to Drew Anderson. And that is the 4th time he has gone to 3-2 in this inning. He may reach his pitch count before he gets out of the first.
Boy.
31 already. And 32 is ball 4. Second walk in the first inning.
Boy, if you're Nebraska, you're just hoping lightning strikes and you're able to break this inning open. But really, right now, if he's able to get out of this, giving up only 1 run, Mike, that's a miracle.
And he was ahead 0-2 on Anderson and lost him. And now the hottest hitter for Nebraska, a guy, Will Bolt, who has raised his average about 70 points in the last month. Went to a 34-ounce bat and really helped him, the senior out of Conroe, Texas. Bases loaded, now 2 outs. Strike call. And Reba seems to be much more comfortable facing a right-handed hitter.
I was just going to say that same thing. We've been working together too long. But he really does. Yeah, he's probably seen more left-handers in this lineup than he has any other lineup all season.
Low and in the dirt, good block. Isaac got down in front of it.
And that's the reason they have Isaac in the game.
Absolutely.
Is for his defense. Paying dividends early.
Did a good job of moving the body, 1-1. Will Bolt, a .320 hitter, not much power, only 2 home runs this year. Breaking pitch hangs inside again.
You know, a lot of times we talk about a one-lane pitcher. He's able to throw the ball in one particular spot, right-hander, left-hander, whatever. And right there, that was the ball supposed to be outside to a right-hand hitter, and he continues to throw in that one slot on the inside to a right-hander and away from a left-hander.
2-1 to Bolt. Went after a pitch that would have been ball 3 and fouled it back.
That ball might have hit him.
Gave him a break there, right in on his hands. Down at third, Daniel Bruce, who was hit by a pitch. Jed Morris on at second. He walked. And Drew Anderson at first also drew a base on balls. 2-2. Reba trying to get out of a huge jam. Low on a breaking ball. Well, when he's missed, he hasn't even been close.
He really hasn't. And he's putting a lot of pressure on his defense because they haven't had to handle the ball. And when your pitcher's struggling like this and you're standing around, now it's pressure to have to catch the ball and get the out.
And now the runners get the advantage on the 3-2 count with 2 outs. They'll be going. Fastball swung and missed at ball 4. What a break for Reba and the Clemson Tigers. He throws 38 first-inning pitches, but allows only 1 run. Had the bases loaded twice. We go to the bottom of the first, up 1-0. Reba for Clemson really got out of a couple of huge jams through 39 pitches in the top half of the first, allowed only 1 run. Here's Clemson's lineup.
Zane Green, Valdosta, Georgia. Khalil Green, Key West, Florida. Jeff Baker, Woodbury, Virginia. Michael Johnson, Georgetown, South Carolina.
Roberto Valente Jr., Tampa, Florida.
Jared Schmidt, Marietta, Georgia.
Kyle Frank, Wolfboro, New Hampshire.
Steve Pizek, Mount Airy, Maryland. David Slevin, Port St. Lucie, Florida.
And facing all those big bats, the ace of the staff, senior right-hander Shane Comine.
Well, he'll throw 87, 88 miles an hour. And occasionally he will pop a ball in there 90, 92, but he's got a big curveball, Mike. Very aggressive pitcher.
Well, you have to know that he's sitting in the dugout and then goes down to warm up saying, oh, we got 5 or 6 out of this. I'm going to have a nice pad. And he faces a potent Clemson lineup. Zane Green will lead it off. The young man who came on late in the season and rips the first pitch for a base hit to right.
Well, let's take a look at the defense behind Mr. Comani, the Nebraska team. And the key guy, really, Mike, is after they lost Matt Hopper, their regular first baseman, is going to be Mr. Iman at first. Brandon Iman's got big key. He's a third baseman, shortstop. They've been auditioning everybody over there, and they feel like he's the guy that can handle the glove a little bit better than the others.
Now here's Murderer's Row Player of the Year, Khalil Green. Starts him off with a curveball for a strike. The numbers on this kid, he's listed his home as Key West. He's a senior, drafted in the first round, 13th overall pick, 480, 26 home runs, 86 RBIs. He has done it all year. Has not been up and down. He's just hit that way all season long.
And he's currently riding a 33-game hit streak. What else do you ask for?
They've only played 67. He'll hit to all fields. Like that, just screams it off the glove of Blevins down at third for a base hit. Ate him up. Back-to-back opening base hits for the Tigers.
Well, Mike, most first-rounders, when they come in here to the College World Series, the scouts haven't missed on them. They have really played great here in the years that I've been here, and this ball is no different. It was smoked.
All Blevins could do was stab at it, got a piece of it, but not enough to slow it down a whole lot. And Jeff Baker, Clemson's all-time home run leader, stands in. So Clemson trying to come back in the bottom of the first after giving up a run. Comine has thrown only 3 pitches, but 2 of them have been smoked for hits. Breaking ball to Baker. Got of Woodbridge, Virginia, just down the road from me. .335 average, 25 home runs. Second best in a season, but he's hit 59 in his career. That's #1 for the Tigers. Clemson misses with a fastball inside. They're running in on it.
Well, they had 8 players drafted on this club. Baker going in the 4th round of the Colorado Rockies. So pretty good program there at work there in Clemson.
And 5 of those 8 taken in the first 7 rounds of the draft. Trying to be careful with Baker. And he's fallen behind 2-1. With that at-bat with Khalil Green, really rolls that top hand over in a hurry. 2-1 to Baker. Runners first and second. Nobody out for the Tigers. Got him on a breaking pitch, 2-2.
Nice pitch right there. You see Baker trying to jerk that ball in this ballpark. So often you see hitters get tempted when they get to Rosenblatt to pull everything. And again, you got to keep checking the wind. It changes. It's going to affect how they swing the bats.
Well, if you hit one to left tonight, you better hit it about 500 feet. Swinging and a strike 3. Big cheer from the Nebraska fans as Baker goes down.
Well, that's the heart of the lion that we've been talking about with Clemson. Now, we saw him give up 2 ropes, and he comes back and makes 2 great pitches on Baker. Right there, that breaking ball starts at the outer half of the plate, then breaks off. Very difficult to catch up to. You see his approach. He's trying to pull everything instead of driving it the other way.
You see it from Mass Cam, and the umpires have been kind enough to wear those for us. Get some great shots from that. More power with Michael Johnson, the left-hander, off-speed breaking pitch in for a called strike.
This is the guy that I'd be worried about in their lineup.
Well, he's only hitting .386 with 25 home runs, and he's almost 100 points behind Khalil Green in batting average for the club lead. Big, strong, left-handed batter.
We were talking about him before the game, Mike. You know, you were saying, can you imagine if you knew you were going to hit .386 and you're 100 points behind the leader of the team?
Yeah, you're an afterthought at .386. He was drafted in the 2nd round by the Padres. Big future for him. Another breaking pitch, dropped low.
It's pretty special for those 2 young men to be able to be drafted by the same club, go to college together. Now they're going to go ahead and maybe work their way through the system together. It's a special bond, special relationship.
The 2-1 hit down towards second base.
Yeah, he's still out.
Goes to second. The runner is out as the shortstop Simakaitis dropped it trying to make the throw. So 2 gone on the force.
I was surprised that Bolt decided to make the decision to go to second base, which is the correct decision. He got the force. We get a good look at it. Umpire can't out of his mask what he's seeing. You see shortstop come around and he starts to make the motion to throw. That's why he gives him the play. But here I thought because he got caught in between, that's a very difficult flip for the second baseman. The shortstop did a nice job of catching that ball, giving him a good target. There's our cap cam.
Look at how small it is. Remarkable. Roberto Valiente stands in, the left fielder.
A lot of freshmen playing this year in the College World Series. This guy's a junior, but there's a lot of freshmen playing ball up here.
Georgia Tech's loaded with them. That pitch stays high. Runners at the corner, 2 gone. Nebraska up 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 1st. Zane Green down to 3rd, and over at first, Michael Johnson, who reached on a fielder's choice.
Yes, I know.
But so far, Clemson got through murderer's row, only giving up a single to Khalil Green.
It's doing pretty good.
Take that anytime. Check swing. Clemson feels his position very well, makes the throw to first, and that's the inning. 2 base hits, but 2 left aboard. And at the end of 1, Nebraska leading Clemson 1-0 as we go to the top of the 2nd inning. When Steve Reba left the mound at the end of the 1st, Jack Leggett came out presumably to ask him if he's all right. And, yeah, fine, see you. He didn't want to talk to him at all.
Pitchers get in their own zone, man. I don't even like to talk to them during the game. He wiggled his way through the first, though.
Well, he really did. Got out of 2 huge jams.
Give me a hit.
Brandon Iman will lead it off here in the Nebraska second inning.
Come on, Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Come on, kid.
Iman hitting only 242. He's in there for Matt Hopper, their star first baseman, who damaged the ligaments on his thumb and had to have surgery. Breaking pitch on the corner.
Iman's the type of guy they like to hit and run, sacrifice bunt, do a lot of manufacturing with. Obviously, in this situation, he's not doing that. That's what else he can do, is work the pitcher and get a walk.
He is very familiar with this place, been coming here all his life. His dad, Kirk, was a pitcher at Nebraska in the 70s. And he's an Omaha native. It's going to be a great thrill for him. Simakaitis stands in, as Reba has really been struggling early in the ballgame. 7 of the 8 batters he has faced so far have gone to at least 3 ball counts. Simakaitis, the freshman shortstop from St. Louis. Good bunter, and they hit him. The second hit batsman. And we're only in the second inning.
Well, the pitch before, when he walked Iman, he was upset, and he and Coach Leggett both were complaining with the umpire. But when you're not around the plate, you're not going to get the close pitch. And here, a breaking ball just slips out of his hand. Simakaitis says, hey, I'll get hit. I'll take that on a breaking pitch every day.
So he walks a 242 hitter and hits a 230 hitter. And Dave Van Horn said if they can get the bottom of their order to produce anything, just get a board, they've got a real shot to do some damage. And that's exactly what has happened. The 8 and 9 men are on here in the second with nobody out. For Lai Z, who singled his first time up, and is now hitting 380. See if they want to bunt with him. They do, and he pushes it foul down third.
Well, that's a situation where he wants to bunt it to third. You know the third baseman's going to charge and the runners are going to advance. But he got an inside fastball and tried to push it towards third base. That's why he ended up pushing it foul. I like this kid. He's really special. He played great last year when he was here, and he's got tremendous fundamentals, works hard.
He only needs 2 more hits for a single-season Nebraska record.
Come on, Jeff.
Right now, they may be looking for him to push the runners over with a bunt. Swings this time, lofts it down the right field line, and that will be pushed foul in the stands.
A lot of times they will give you 1 pitch to bunt and then cut you loose to swing, knowing that he's probably more than likely not going to double up on a ground ball.
Clemson Tigers 52 and 15. They finished second in the very powerful ACC Murderers Row. 74 home runs out of 3 guys. And Khalil Green squared the bunt with 2 strikes.
Well, that's confidence in knowing your players, and that's something that you'll see at this level. The coaches work and stress so many fundamentals with their players. They get to know them well, and he's got confidence on an 0-2 pitch. Not just bunting with 2 strikes, but 0-2 is even more difficult because it usually wastes a pitch.
Squares again. And fouls it. That's a strikeout. I was a little surprised the second time, certainly, with 2 strikes with a 380 hitter.
Well, and he runs so well.
Yeah.
But again, you know, we talk about this time and time again. College baseball is a little bit different, and this is not like pro baseball where you're going to see guys do things the conventional way. Very unconventional baseball.
Reba threw him a low breaking ball. Daniel Bruce, who was hit by a pitch, lost it to deep left. Valiente going back to the wall, off the wall for a base hit. 1 run will score, and it's a stand-up double for Daniel Bruce into a wind in left.
That's what I'm talking about, Mike. I mean, he gives a 380 hitter the bunt with 2 strikes, and then he has a second hitter hit a ball off the wall. He's either a magician or he knows his players pretty darn good. Great extension. He hit this ball into the teeth of the wind, though. The wind definitely knocked this ball down because he smoked it.
A breaking ball that hung over the plate, gave it a big ride and only missed by a couple of feet of getting it out of here.
See how far Valiente went back. He was playing a shallow left field because the wind is that strong. That ball was belted.
Yes, it was. And Steve Reba is done. He goes 1 out into the second inning. We'll check on the new pitcher when we come back. Steve Reba in the Clemson dugout, a victim of his own poor control over 1 1/3 innings. He has allowed 2 runs and runners at second and third, his responsibility. Thomas Boozer will try to pick him up. One of only 2 left-handers on the staff, a senior out of Columbia, South Carolina. 6'2", 195, 1-0 this year with a 4.25 ERA and comes in to face the left-hander Morris. Got him on a curveball.
Very nice curveball at that. Started at the middle of the plate and broke off. Morris is a guy that he talked about his first at bat. He's their main man, but he is going to be in there against lefties, righties, doesn't matter. Look at the numbers: 380, 21 home runs. He can swing it against both lefty and righty.
Drafted by Oakland in the 36th round a week ago. Another breaking ball hangs inside 1-1. Morris walked his first time up. 1 out, runners at second and third. Nebraska trying to add to a 2-0 lead. Jammed him inside, hit down to first. Michael Johnson will make the play himself, but it scores another run and an RBI ground out for Jed Morris.
Well, so often we talk about fundamental baseball, and that's just situational hitting. You got the whole right side of the infield back. If I hit the ball on the ground, they're going to pick up a run, and that's what he did right there. You always give up an out for an RBI any day.
Runner at third now, 2 gone for Blevins. Especially when you're a team that does not produce a lot of runs. Any way you can get 1 home is just fine. Blevins drove in 1 of the first with a sacrifice fly. Almost got it out of here to right.
Switching over this time on the right side of the plate with the left-hander on the mound.
There you go. There you go.
I said most switch hitters are natural right-handed hitters, and they turn you around. And one of the reasons, the advantage of switch hitting, a lot of people wonder why, is because everything comes into you. The breaking pitch comes into you, and it's not starting at you in a way. It's not as deceptive.
3-0.
Some respect right there. A little 2-0 changeup.
Yes, it is. Seeley, the left-hander, is on deck. So Blevins may not see anything at all. And take a high fastball for ball 4.
You were dead on the money on that one, partner. He didn't get much to hit. 2-0 changeup, 3-0 fastball, way up and out of the zone.
Well, Seeley comes up, and Anderson is behind him as another lefty. So if you're going to have one of your 2 left-handers come into the ball game, you might as well make the best advantage of it. Nebraska has been the beneficiary of a lot of largesse so far. 4 walks, 2 hit bats. That's why he wanted to face the left-hander.
He wasn't too close with that one. Now, he's shown 2 types of breaking pitches. That was the slower one, and then it looks like he almost throws a slider that starts at the left-handed hitter and then breaks back over the plate. That was the slow one that starts away and continues away.
Seeley popped out his first time up. Another breaking pitch on the ground towards short. Green charges. Nice play by Khalil Green. Justin Seeley is the 3rd out of the inning, but Nebraska adds to its lead. They're up on top of Clemson. 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning over the Clemson Tigers. And on a beautiful night in Omaha, it is just perfect out here. Temperature in the 70s, a little breeze, and baseball. You can't ask for much more. Hopefully we'll get some free food out of this as well.
We got the snacks for you right here, Mike. I mean,
oh, we're loaded. Now this is a set that is going to disappear one inning at a time. You know, you've got yours staked out already.
Well, we dedicated this to Joe Morgan because, you know, Joe is always snacking when he was here in Omaha.
Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in his league. You're in there. Jared Schmidt leads it
No,
off.
I like the Twizzlers myself. This is like going to a movie. Sit here and eat these all day.
Well, it's a horror show for Clemson.
It really is. It looks like Comene is starting to really settle in, too, after the first couple hitters. He's relaxing. He got through that first inning. Remember, last year he really struggled in the first inning, but he bounced back and pitched really well the rest of the game.
Jared Schmidt leading it off, the right fielder. 1-2. Takes a breaking ball, taps it to third. Blevins, 1 ball.
Well, you watch Nebraska, and they just remind you of a group of guys that was in the movie Field of Dreams. It just seems like it's a throwback to the old times. And these guys are just coming out of the cornfield playing baseball.
I like that.
They do. And Clemson on the other side, they're the prototypical team of the new millennium. I mean, these kids are giants. They're like a football team playing baseball.
Rip it and rip it. Kyle Frank, the center fielder. Left-hander stands in against Comene. The Hawaiians take to a 3-0 lead. And keep in mind, he has an earned run average of 1.87. Usually 3 is plenty for him.
And you see he's changed his pitching pattern, too. He learned first pitch to Kyle Franks, the first at bat. He jumped on a ball and drilled it in the right field. Actually, Green did that. The other left-hander.
Yeah, that one's in at the knees for a called strike. 2-1. He's had a couple of guys jump on first pitches. Got him on a fastball 2-2.
Piece of hitting. You can tell he was looking for a ball inside, pitching I should say. He was looking for a ball inside, then he went back out and got the strike.
Like real estate, location, location, location. On the outside, got him again. Strike 3.
We had 2 ways to get him out right there. He could continue to go outside, which he did, or he could have thrown that slow curveball, which he had not seen in that at bat. But he expanded the zone the opposite way. He took him outside the zone. A lot of times you hear the expression expand the zone. It usually means up in the zone. A pitcher will go higher and higher up the ladder. He went outside on him.
Catcher Steve Isaac stands in, takes a breaking ball for a strike. Isaac hitting only 182 out of Mount Airy, Maryland. A junior, just a tremendous defensive catcher and a leader. They really need him to come through with a couple of hits here in Omaha. Bottom part of this order with Isaac and Slevin. Clemson needs them to be table setters as well. There's Slevin, the number 9 man, on deck, hoping that Isaac can keep the inning going. Simakaitis, the shortstop. 1-2-3 inning. Shane Comene does the job. End of 2, 3-0.
For each team of the College World Series. Welcome back, and Donna Comene is here with us, Shane's mom, all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii, back again. And you brought several things from Hawaii. What do you have for us this year?
I have the Hawaii cookies. Okay. These are a peanut butter flavor. They come in all flavors, but I'll give you peanut butter. And we also have chocolate macadamia nuts for you, Dave.
Oh, the best. Yes. And I got 2 extra boxes for Mike and for Harold and for Buck and Dave Barnett as well. How about you emotionally now this year? Shane didn't do so well last year, had some problems early in his first outing, and the team lost 2 games. How's he appeared to you over the past couple days leading into his second College World Series appearance?
You know, he's totally focused. I can feel his calmness, and I know that he's ready to get the job done today. And with the guys playing the way they are, with the offense behind him, defense, looks like they're going to do it this time against Clemson.
And there are a few more Comines here cheering Shane on. Who else has come all the way across the Pacific?
My father is here, Grandpa. He's the one that's always focused and always saying we're going to Omaha this year. And, he went to church this morning. And I know it's, the spiritual blessings are really helping this team. And also my husband and my son, my youngest son.
It's great to see you all coming all that way from Hawaii. Thanks for joining us, and good seeing you again.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay, here we go. One more time, guys, just like last year. Oh, yeah. Aloha, baby.
All right, Dave.
It's coming up to you guys. I'll bring it right up top.
All right.
I promise.
All right. If there are macadamias in there, we got them.
I remember the macadamia nuts from last year.
Cool. Drew Anderson in the third takes a fastball inside and leads off the third inning with a base on balls.
Well, I'll tell you, it could be a lot worse than it is already. They left 5 runners on base already through the first 2 innings, so we'll see what they're able to do here this round.
Usually you get so many opportunities to win big games, and if you don't take advantage of them, the other team comes back and makes you pay for it. Right now, Clemson showing no signs of that. And Nebraska trying to sacrifice with Will Bolt to get another runner in scoring position.
You just kind of get the sense that Nebraska's going to need some runs. Komene can hold them for so long because this offense is very potent.
Well, you figure Khalil Green will get up a couple more times at least. Laid off a low pitch.
And that's what Van Horn is thinking also. That's why they're trying to bunt this runner over and trying to make some things happen.
Now I think they're going to go out and talk to Boozer. Tell him if a guy wants to bunt the ball, you got to let him, especially after you walk the leadoff hitter.
Take the out.
College World Series is a 2-bracket double elimination affair. This is bracket 1. Nebraska and Clemson right now. Georgia Tech and South Carolina played the initial game. Georgia Tech will go to the winner's bracket. Notre Dame and Stanford tomorrow on CBS at 1:30, and then Texas and Rice on ESPN at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Harold and I will be along to bring you that one.
I think President Bush won't be dialed into that game.
Fastball for a called strike, 2-1. Boozer came on in relief of Reba. And this one's fouled back out of play. So after the visit and the reminder, he's put 2 in there in a row for a 2-2 count. Slapped on the ground toward the hole. Nice stab by Slevin, and he'll throw him out. The runner advances to second. So it works just the same as a sacrifice.
That's what they like to do, handle the bat. Nice play by Slevin. That could have been first and third situation because the runner was definitely going to go to third on that ball. Tremendous range, and he knew the runner, so he didn't panic when the ball bobbled and gathered himself and still got him by a step and a half.
So 1 out for Brandon Iman, who walked his first time up.
He looked good taking that curveball right there.
Scored one of Nebraska's 3 runs. Fastball missed low, 2-0.
You look good taking that one, too. Sometimes you got the take and you look good. You know, the coach is telling you you're not swinging, so you're going to look the best you've ever looked standing up there tracking a ball.
Pressure's off, huh? From Hatcam, a called strike.
Merry Christmas!
John Magnuson, the home plate umpire. Oh, I'm sorry, that's mask cam. The other ones are hat cams.
Yeah.
This technology's too much for me. 2-1 on the inside part of the plate, wrapped foul. Both Reba and Boozer have been guilty of falling behind virtually everybody they've faced. And Harold is a hitter. Just how big of an advantage is that? I mean, you go picking pitches and location and everything else.
Well, the biggest advantage is everybody hits off a fastball, and now you're sitting in fastball count, something you practice hitting all the time. Big advantage.
Breaking pitch just missed. 3-2.
The other trouble that Clemson's running into, because Reba came out of the game so early, and now Boozer, if you end up in the loser's bracket, you've taxed your pitching staff to get through game 1, and now all of a sudden the rest of the week becomes a big burden.
Fastball smoked to right for a base hit. Schmidt with a good arm comes up with it, but he's not going to have a play at the plate. 4-0 Nebraska.
Well, Mike, you talked about getting into hitters' counts right there, 3-2, and there's the fastball he was looking for. The lefty on lefty. And the interesting thing about that play is Anderson was stealing on the play. It was almost
Anderson
like they
had
put
the huge jump.
Yeah. Got the fastball and just shot it into right field. Watch Anderson at second base. He's going to get a great jump. He gets a great jump, and he freezes right about here. And then coach waved him on, but he had that bag stolen too, so Nebraska is going to be aggressive.
All three leadoff hitters for Nebraska, first, second, and third innings, have reached and scored. They have only 3 hits, but 4 runs. And Simakaitis scored one of them after being hit by a pitch back in the second. Bunts toward third. Good bunt. Baker bare hands and throws him out. Nice play by Jeff Baker.
That was a big league play right there. What made that such a great play is he started in and the ball kicked towards the line. He had to adjust, go to the line, make the bare hand, and throw the ball back across the body. That's some kind of athletic play. Watch where this ball starts on the grass. It's going to kick to the right. He has to go get it and come back and throw across the body. Wow.
4th round draft choice of the Rockies, and he showed you he can play third base. That was nice. Back to the top of the order for Lyzie. 1 for 2, struck out and singled. Got a runner down at second with 2 out.
And that strikeout coming with 2 bunt attempts with 2 strikes on him. One was obviously taken for a ball, and the next one he fouled off. Might have been a balk right there.
Come back and look at that.
Usually they don't miss those out here. Lyzie is third at bat in 3 innings, slaps this one foul.
Well, it was really weird because he was standing on the rubber and he turned to talk to the third baseman Baker. He left his foot in the rubber, and then he went into a stretch. Oh, what's going on here?
Two and 1 to Jeff Lyzie. Fastball inside corner at the knees, 2-2. Boozer's made some good pitches when he's had to, but he's been in the hole so much.
He's right here. He can only stick with it, Blue. Right now.
Just missed with a fastball, full count. There's been a ton of those so far.
Mike, it's interesting the approach to Nebraska hitters. You see them, all of them, with open stances. They feel like you can track the ball a little bit better. Now it becomes difficult because you got to bring that front foot back in to close the hit. But
spoils this fastball into the left field seats.
Now there is an advantage to an open stance if you're somebody who locks your body off. And you see a lot of their hitters with an open stance and be able to, you got to bring that body back, and it does allow you to see the ball a little bit longer on certain pitches.
2 out, a runner at second, 3-2 to Lyzie. In the air to left, Valiente drifting back and toward the line, makes the catch. So no further damage, but Nebraska keeps tacking on to its totals. The Cornhuskers through 2.5 needed 4-0.
Rightfully so.
We love you, Harold. Lights, camera, baseball. Everybody sees those promos and watches baseball tonight. You are a star, my friend.
Those commercials are funny. Carl Ravitch is like, you got to be kidding me, man. All we're known for now are commercials.
I got to tell you, though, you were pretty good singing.
Oh, you
Carl needs a lesson. Carl sings like I do.
Those things are funny, man. We had a great time. We go down to Florida and spend about 5 days doing those promos, and they're a great shot. They're a great time.
Spending the company's money. David Slevin, the number 9 hitter, will lead off here in the third. And the Clemson Tigers really need to get something going the way their pitching staff is giving up runs. There's Reba, who had such a struggle through 1 1/3. Omine so far just coasting along, but he gives up base on balls to the number 9 man.
Well, the other thing that allows your offense to be relaxed and productive is when you get good pitching and defense. And they just haven't got that early in the game. So the offense has a tendency to press. We'll see if they're able to relax and swing the bat.
It's his first base on balls. He's allowed 2 hits into the third inning. And Zane Green has one of them. Led off the Clemson first with a single, all right? Takes this one downstairs.
Come on, Shane.
Fastball right in there, 1-1. Komine has an excellent rhythm, excellent demeanor on the hill.
Come on, infield.
Very confident.
Talk about Komine. You got the macadamia delivery.
All the chocolate-covered macadamias. My heavens.
People actually think we're working.
All right, you get, let's see, what do you get? All right, you get the peanut butter. Give me this. I got the, honey, I'll be home soon.
I'm opening this up right now.
We'll save these.
Watching ball games, eating snacks, talking to people about a game. This is great.
This works, doesn't it?
Man.
3-1 to Zane Green. And the monstrous part of this order is coming up. Khalil Green, Jeff Baker, and Michael Johnson next in the order. They would love to get the first 2 guys on for them, especially for Khalil Green. Zane Green, 3-1. Rips it. Fair down the right field line. Anderson over. Here's the throw to second. It's a double. Runners at second and third in the Clemson third inning.
Time, okay?
That's a big at-bat by Green. He really makes things happen. He's got to be the guy who stirs it up, because you know the middle part of this order is going to do damage. Nice piece of hitting. Tremendous play by the right fielder to cut this ball off. I was wondering if he was going to get this into second. A lot of times you see the right fielder spin and throw. I like to see in that situation get in front of it, field it, and throw the ball in. And you got a 4-0 lead. There's no need to get fancy and throw a ball away and extend the inning even further.
Green has really had a fine postseason. Only had 69 at-bats coming into the College World Series. And here is Khalil Green. Going to win just about every award there is, and deservedly. Breaking pitch down low. His name, Khalil, is a name out of the Baha'i faith that means friend of God. And I'd say with a .485 batting average, he's the best friend of his pitching staff.
Kid.
Takes that one outside, 2-0.
This is an interesting situation right here. Does he try to shoot a ball to the right side, pick up a run, move the runner up? Because you're down 4. It's only the 3rd inning. Or do you try to go for a big bop? I say he tries to drive a ball to the right side and take your chances. But you don't want to give up on a 480 hitter either. You don't want to just throw a ball away. So if he's going to hit it to the right side, take a good full swing. Don't just guide it over there.
Rob Childress, the pitching coach, out to talk to Shane Comine, who gave up that leadoff walk, leading 4-0.
1,000 at-bats.
Look at the records. Just unbelievable. And those aren't just school records. Those are conference records. And in the NCAA, he has 399 hits now. That's number 2 all time. Unless he goes 4 for 4 every game out here, he's probably not going to set the all-time record, but he'll be close. Number 2 all-time NCAA in doubles, number 2 all-time NCAA total bases, and he smokes that.
There's that answer to, is he going to try to hit it on the right side? No.
He's going to try to crush it somewhere.
He'll drive in a couple runs somewhere.
You know, it's funny, in batting practice, he doesn't look like a guy who has 26 home runs. He looks like a line drive hitter, good average hitter, but boy, in games, he can launch. Fastball low. He's got a good eye, too.
He's got a very interesting stance, too. He starts with both feet really close together. And a lot of times you think that's going to throw your balance off. Look at where his feet will start. Where does he generate his power at? See where he starts at?
Fastball on the inside corner. That's a nice pitch from Comine. Not going to be able to do much with that if you swing at it.
They really challenged him right there, too. 3-1 fastball. Here it is.
Just busted him in. Best opportunity for Clemson in this game. Breaking pitch, hit to the gap in left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. It'll get 2 runs home, and Khalil Green is on his way to second with a double.
Well, I was going to say, on that 3-1 pitch, might have been better off walking this guy. But that looked like a little bit of a slider or cut fastball. He stayed with it, fought it off his hands, and drove it into the gap. That's what you do with the 380 hitter. You let him swing the bat. Don't worry about getting a man over, and it pays off, and he brings in 2 runs for it.
Boy, and how steady is that head?
Excuse me, I said 380. I should have said 480.
480, and he's had 2 hits. He's probably closer to 490 now. Here's Jeff Baker, a 25 home run hitter, looking to lay down a bunt.
When Baker came to college, he was the shortstop. And he's played every summer on the USA All-American team. Well, the USA traveling squad. And as a freshman, he did that as a high school senior. So he's got some experience.
Another breaking pitch outside. So Clemson finally getting to Sean Comine here in the 3rd. As their all-everything player, Khalil Green, doubles home a pair. He's at second, still nobody out. Baker, the number 3 hitter in the order. Baker struck out his first time, and he struck out on those breaking pitches.
And he kept him away, and that's something that he's going to have to learn as he gets older, to drive that ball to the right side. You can see him pulling off that breaking pitch. Comine, being the senior, has been in these battles before. I'm sure he's not going to give in. He'll stay out there again. Throw it till they hit it, right?
Absolutely. One and 2 to Jeff Baker. 82 runs batted in this year. Another breaking pitch. He's seen a steady diet of those. And as many times as these guys are on television and regional ball games, you get a pretty good book on what guys like and don't like. And obviously Baker would rather not see those Uncle Charlies coming.
And the funny thing is that obviously you don't hit for the average he's hit for and hit as many home runs if you can't hit a breaking ball. Certain pitchers just present a different look to you, and that's what Comine is doing right now. He's got a good different look, something Baker has not seen.
Another breaking pitch struck him out for a second time.
It's almost a hard slurve.
Jack Leggett has Murderer's Row 2, 3, 4 in his lineup. Here's what he has to say.
We do have 3 guys in the lineup. They got some power. When you start talking about Cleo with 26 and Jeff Baker with 25 home runs and Michael Johnson with 23 home runs and even Jared Schmidt's got 11 home runs. We've got some punch in the middle of the order. With the wind blowing in the way it is right now, though, it's probably going to be a little bit different game. We'll have to think a little bit different strategy-wise and make sure we don't hit a lot of fly balls to left field or center field because the ball's not going to fly out of here unless it's down the right field line, I don't think.
And while Jack was talking about those big hitters, Michael Johnson hit one on the button, but a nice play by Brandon Iman, who's down at first, and he smothered it and made the play himself for the second out.
And that's why we highlighted him as an important defensive player. He's a third baseman, a shortstop. Watch him circle the ball, knock it down, took his time. He knew, hey, I don't have to throw it anywhere. Yeah, I mean, they even knocked his cap off, Mike. That's one of those roll up your whole body, knock the cap off, stay in front of it. But he smothered the ball, and that's something that a lot of people do not do.
I think it's the beneficial part of having a middle infielder at first base in this situation, even though they would much rather have Matt Hopper in there without the injury. But Iman did a nice job on that and saved the run. That leaves it up to Valiente with Khalil Green down at third, but 2 out. Clemson has scored twice here in the third. And the top of that Clemson order, Zane Green and Khalil Green, no relation, are 4 for 4 in this game. Valente 0 for 1. Couldn't get around on a fastball. Up and in.
I'm really impressed with how Comine is able to execute his game plan. Breaking pitches to Baker to get him out. The fastball's up. Obviously, Valente can't handle that. He just hits his spot.
Not afraid to come inside. Comes inside again, and the crowd, this partisan Nebraska crowd, cheering on every pitch.
They're saying it didn't hit him. It's got to be a strike.
That's right. And even if it did, he was crowding the plate. You know, they're seeing this one with their heart. Up and in again.
I mean, goodness. Usually a crowd yells when it's a close pitch. That ball would have hit him if he'd have stood still. He's drilled.
They're yelling on everything. Oh, just hung inside. Boy, Comine wanted that one. After 3 fastballs inside, he threw him a breaking pitch that started out right at his chest. Thought he caught the corner.
Well, that was a great call, too. I mean, obviously, he's looking fastball the whole way. Called by the umpire. That ball's up and in.
It hung inside. First and third for Jared Schmidt. He's 0 for 1, grounded out, his first time up. Tying runs aboard for Clemson here in the third inning. They have out-hit Nebraska 4-3, but trail 4-2. In the dirt, good block by Morris.
Come on, 2-8.
The first All-American catcher in Clemson history.
Yeah, he really is. Give me Shane.
Throw over to first. There's Khalil Green down at third. He doubled home the first 2. Valiente, who walked, is at first. Breaking ball goes low, 2-0. And Comine, who sailed through the first 2 innings, struggling in this inning, 29 pitches. Up and in with a fastball. He's pitched more inside in this inning than some guys you'd see in an entire game out here with a aluminum bat.
You're absolutely right. He has definitely challenged, and he stuck to his game plan. I think that's a tribute to the heart and character of this young man.
3-0 to Schmidt. Fastball called high. That looked pretty good.
A lot of times you're close on that 3-0 pitch. It's almost an automatic strike.
That's going to load him up. 3 walks in the inning. And Kyle Frank, a .332 hitter, stands in. A little high, maybe.
I might have had to give him that one. I don't know. He's had a great plate, though. No complaints from up here.
Right.
He has been dynamite with being consistent with the pitches he's calling.
The line on Comine, and you can see how much he has struggled with the 3 walks here in this inning. 2 runs home, bases loaded for Kyle Frank. Right down the heart for a called strike. Frank struck out his only time up. Big opportunity here for the Tigers against the ace of the Nebraska staff. Strike 2 call. Khalil Green down at third. Valente has moved on to second, and Schmidt, for the second consecutive base on balls, down at first. 0-2 to Kyle Frank. Wasted a fastball outside. And now the only thing Frank is going to be trying to do is just get the bat on it and put it in play somewhere.
Make something happen.
Struck him out. Shane Comine struggles in the second inning, gives up a pair of runs, but gets out of a bases-loaded jam to preserve a 4-2 lead.
Third inning by Clemson's Khalil Green gets the Tigers right back in the game. Harold and Mike, before the game, big pregame ritual for Khalil Green is eating a can of tuna. And he does that before every single Clemson practice and game. And in fact, it has a ripple effect with his teammates because the rest of them are using this kind of low-fat diet as well. And it's worked pretty well in terms of the good luck, too. And I guess it doesn't taste so bad. Harold, what do you think? Good training diet?
I guess you can have it. I don't like the tuna. Now, if that's some lobster or something, send it up.
Dave has been so good sending us up goodie after goodie after goodie. Dave, you can keep the tuna.
Look at his look. You know he doesn't like that.
Our director, Scott Johnson, says that's cat food. Ringing single to center for Daniel Bruce to start the 4th for Nebraska.
Bruce having a big game. Hit the ball off the wall right there. The base hit the center. Making things happen.
He's 2 for 2 and been hit once. Now, we don't pull for anyone. We pull for everyone. We would like everyone to be successful. Nebraska's had the leadoff hitter on every inning. Morris checks his swing.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Nebraska being in the College World Series, yeah, they have a tremendous turnout, but people come out for this anyway.
Yes, they do.
I mean, they come out. Actually, after they lost last year, it hurt us for a day or two.
And that was the first time I had ever seen that. Fastball to Morris, misses. Usually this place is close to capacity for every game, but I think Nebraska fans were crushed last year when their team, after making it for the first time ever, went 0-2 and departed. And some of them, I don't think, could bear to come back. This one is crushed to right center. Goodbye. The 22nd home run of the year for Jed Morris.
Talk about not bearing to come back. That ball was smoked. Time and time again, I'm so impressed with how much these coaches know their kids, how well understanding they are. I mean, this morning, the scouting report, Van Horn told us he hits lefties as good as right-handers. He hits the balls in the gap. Well, what did he do?
Hit a left-hander, hit it in the gap, and hit it a mile because the wind has almost stopped. And he knew it.
That was a pretty swing. Look at the leg kick. Followed through, he stayed behind that ball. No doubt about it. Look at the bench. They're ready to go explode. This ball is way back.
Now, they have moved the power alleys back 15 feet this year, and the fence is higher. It didn't matter. A 2-run homer. It's 6-2. As the Huskers have just scored on a 2-run homer from Jed Morris, and that will bring on the third pitcher of the game for the Clemson Tigers, Patrick Hogan. Right-handed sophomore. Morris with a little breather in the dugout after he bombed his 22nd home run of the season. Their only power hitter in the entire lineup came through. Blevins, the left-hander, stands in against Hogan, who's 6'4", 230.
Great size for a pitcher. Looks like a pitcher. Some people walk in and you go, he looks like a pitcher.
That's right. Had 3 saves in the ACC this year with chop foul.
They save by committee on this ball club, so it is spread out. They got 7 different guys that have closed games out for them on this pitching staff.
Nobody has really claimed that job to be the go-to guy. Hit in the air to deep left center. Kyle Frank going back, has a beat on it, drops between Frank and Valiente. Well, I don't know what happened there because Kyle Frank, as a center fielder, is to take anything he can get to, and he looked like he had it tracked and then stopped.
It really did. And a couple things that happened is the ball gets knocked down in the outfield. You're absolutely right, Mike. I mean, the center fielder's looked like he had a beat on this ball the whole way. He was standing in front of it. He starts to wave. And a lot of times when you play, they have not played with the big crowd. And you got a Nebraska crowd out there yelling, I got it, I got it. And they hear another voice, they backed off. And that, to me, that's what I think might have happened more than anything else.
Well, and you looked at Valiente. Valiente obviously thought Frank was going to make the catch. He was in a backup position. He was, you know, taking more of an angle.
You're right.
And it just drops for a double.
I think they heard somebody in the stands yelling for that ball, and that's another thing that comes into effect that we forget. They don't play in front of big crowds every night like Major League Baseball players do. A lot of times in Major Leagues, they don't call the ball. You know, because of the situation, you can't call for that.
Justin Seeley toward the gap in right. Schmidt can't get there. It'll go to the wall and bring home another run. Seeley will stop at second with a stand-up double.
Boy, and that's when those things just eat you up. You got an out, and now all of a sudden you've given up a run. You have no outs.
A run for no reason at all.
Good piece of hitting right here. See Seeley get a ball. He's looking to pull the ball to get the man over. And he gets a ball in the outside half, and he jerks it. Fortunate for him, he hits the ball into the gap. So he got the double bonus, got the run in, and he got himself to second base.
7-2 Nebraska for Drew Anderson, who has walked twice in this game, scored a run. Squares to bunt. Any opportunity the Huskers get right now to push somebody to second or third with less than 2 outs, they're going to do it.
They're going to do it because they're well aware of that offense, and we were discussing in between the break, Clemson can break it open at any time, so you want to continue to add on.
Bunted, but in the air and caught by Baker at third.
And they have not bunted well today at all, and they're usually a pretty good bunting team. But that's what happens when you get a little more hyped up. If there's one aspect of the game of baseball where you have to be really loose and light, is bunting. hands tighten up, and watch him push this ball instead of let the ball come to him, and that's why he got it in the air, and Baker had a play.
Been an all-around bad day for the state of South Carolina so far. Gamecocks were beaten 11-0. And with a 7-2 score here today, the state's been outscored 18-2.
Oh, no.
I'd be surprised to see him still third in this situation.
Dancing off of second base, Will Bolt at the plate. He's 0 for 2. One of the few Nebraska hitters who has not reached safely tonight. And Bolt has hit .370 since March 19th when he switched to a lighter bat. Chopped. Baker, nice play at third. High throw, but they got him. Sweet tag by Johnson.
And actually, Mike, I think he might have even came down on the base.
I think he did.
Yeah, because
I'm not sure the tag got him in time, but I think his foot came down.
This kid's got some kind of strong arm. And here's a good look at it. Yeah.
Actually blocked the bag a little bit when he came down.
I tell you, our umpires are right on things today. A tremendous call.
Nice call by A.J. Lostaglio down there at first.
Nice call, A.J.
2 gone. And a nice play by Baker, who has already shown us a lot of agility and certainly a good enough arm.
Yes.
Brandon Iman, who drove in a run his last time up with a base hit. It's interesting sometimes as he's in there for Matt Hopper at first base. Sometimes when you have a star player hurt, really lifts the rest of the ball club. Everybody knows they have to play that much better. But this time Iman bounces into an in-the-inning ground out. But Nebraska has scored in every inning of the ball game. The big blow this time here in the fourth. Jed Morris, a 2-run bomb to right center. Nebraska leads it 7-2. And much more impressed. There's a grounder to third. Blevins comes over and wide throw, but the sweet tag at first by Brandon Iman, who's made a couple of nice defensive plays down there.
He really has. You talked about him being an infielder, third baseman, shortstop. Great agility, great instincts. He comes up with the nice play.
One gone here in the Clemson fourth inning. So hard to get a shutout in the College World Series, especially as they moved the fences in a few years ago, and when the wind's blowing out to left, I mean, anybody can hit a home run. You get it up 30 feet in the air and it's out of here. That's quite an accomplishment, even though they have changed the dimensions of the ballpark a little bit and made it tougher.
Well, even more impressive is the afternoon game. The wind is really gusting in those afternoon games to be able to shut them down like that. That's some great pitching.
I was really impressed with Baker's location. I mean, on television, it didn't look like he was throwing that hard. But he was putting him exactly where he wanted him. And there's a called strike 3 on Slevin. Wow. So Komine, who struggled in the last inning, gets the first 2 here quickly.
Well, we're seeing a little bit moving into that fourth inning, fifth inning, middle innings now, and the umpire's getting a feel for the game. And you continue to complain, you're not going to get pitches. And that's what Clemson is going through right now. I don't know if that ball is close enough to be a strike or not, but they've been complaining. And here's another ball off the plate. You just shrink your zone when you start complaining to the umpire.
Top of the order, 4 for 4. The rest of the team, forget it. And here's that top of the order with Green, who has a single and a double. But he's behind 0-2. Struck him out. strikeouts in the inning, 6 for the game.
No. They're bringing it back.
Are they going to say that Morris didn't hold it? Foul tip, perhaps?
He's trying to say, oh, no. Grounds crew's out there raking. They're saying he didn't hang on to it, a swing and a miss, and he could have ran to first. But now he's asking, was it foul tipped or not?
Well, that'd be the only way you could bring him back, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
I mean, the grounds crew is out there working. Nebraska's defense was halfway onto the field. Clemson was in the dugout, and the home plate umpire John Magnuson going down to third to talk to Kevin Doherty.
The interesting thing was the hitter turned around and said, I fouled that ball off. Now let's see if the catcher was able to hold on to it, whether he swung and missed or foul tipped it. Either way, if he catched it, he's out. No, that ball hit the dirt.
I don't think
it looked like it didn't tip it. So if he foul tips the ball, which doesn't look like he...
And you get that distinctive ping, don't you? It's tough to miss. So Van Horn is out there arguing.
A lot of times when they're using a wood bat, it's tough to pick up.
Yes, it is.
But an aluminum bat, you're going to hear that little ping regardless.
John Magnuson is telling him right away.
Yeah, he heard something.
Yeah.
But sometimes there's a string hanging off the catcher's glove, and you will hit the string and the ball will hit into the glove, and it'll sound like a foul tip a lot of times. See this right on the end there, a little piece of string. Sometimes the ball hits that loose string and goes into the glove.
So a new life for Zane Green. And he fouls this one straight back.
That's like hitting a three-pointer in the visiting arena. You know, you silence the crowd real quick.
Sure did. But Comina had like to get him right back up. Missed outside there. And the Nebraska fans calling for a called strike on that one. That's why they call them fans, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
1-2, breaking pitch on the ground towards second. Will Bolt, the sure-handed second baseman, throws him out. Third out of the inning, we played 4 complete on ESPN. And the over-under, I think, is about 2 on whether Roger Clemens gets plunked.
Yeah, last night on Baseball Tonight, they were calling it the confrontation.
Simakaitis, the number 9 man, stands in against the third pitcher of the night for Clemson, Patrick Hogan. That's coming from a barbecue pit. Now, just beyond the left field stands, nothing to be concerned about unless you're on the spit, of course.
Come on, Joe. You go ahead in there. Come on, man. Come on, now.
That's a serious barbecue there.
That is. That definitely is.
May have used a little bit too much of that lighter fluid.
Now, if Dave Ryan's in that one, he might come out looking like a nutty professor.
Well, that smoke starting to waft across left field. 1-2 to Simakaitis, leading off the 5th, and he hits one toward the gap. But Schmidt gets over there to make the catch. And that is the first Husker leadoff man that's failed to reach in this ballgame.
And they've scored in every frame. That's impressive. You want to continue to add on as much as you can, win that inning. That's what Nebraska has done the whole game.
Back to the top of the order for Lizzie, who was 1 for 3. His 4th time to the plate here in the 5th. This guy is the catalyst for this ball club. And an academic All-American who was taken in the 7th round of the draft this year by the Rangers. Still needs just 2 base hits to capture the single-season school record for the Huskers, who have really been revitalized under Dave Van Horn. Towards second base and stabbed by Slevin. That's 2 gone. Let's check in with our buddy Dave Ryan. David.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Nebraska 7 hits, 7 runs. Certainly has their hitting shoes on. Maybe we should say they're hitting shirts. The Nebraska assistant coaches have given a lot of the players, they're wearing this right under their game jersey tonight, these hitting shirts. They're 4 for 4 attitude. The idea is when you come to the plate, pretend as if you've gone 4 for 4 no matter what your at-bat may be. It's an attitude to be positive and try to get as much of that energy directed toward getting that 5th hit, or in this case, maybe just the 1st hit of the game. It's all about hitting attitude at the plate. And obviously, guys, it's worked pretty well for the Huskers tonight.
There's nothing like confidence, is there?
Oh, it oozes.
Even if it's falsely instilled by somebody, even if it's a gimmick.
Talk about confidence is where this guy stands on the plate, Mike. He's been hit 27 times this year. He's been hit by a pitch. Look at where he stands, on top of the plate and up in the batter's box.
And he won't flinch if it comes inside either.
He has no armor on. I'm putting on all the gear I can dream of. I got it all up here, too, and I'm telling you.
Here, I got one of your pads right here for you.
Oh, yeah.
Fastball on the ground towards Slevin at second. Comes up and throws him out. First inning that Nebraska has not scored tonight. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 5-run lead for the Huskers. Brown, where that infield can handle things. I mean, that's his bread and butter.
He's got 7 ground ball outs. He's got it in every fashion. Curveball. Look at how he's getting the hitters off balance. That's what you want to do. That's how you get ground balls. Get them out, make them reach for a ball, and then you rely on the great defense that they have. 7 ground ball outs, and he's been pitching an excellent game, and that's why he's been in that great group, giving up only 2 runs. Now, he's only given up, the most he's ever given up all season is 6 runs in a game.
Komine has gone 4 innings, given up 4 hits, struck out 5. And maybe the biggest out he has recorded was last inning when he got Zane Green so that Khalil Green would lead off this inning. This is where you want him, so he can only do so much damage. Got him an off-speed pitch there, and Khalil Green now with 400 career hits. Number 2 all-time at NCAA baseball. And if it melts, you just get it out of the bottom.
Yes.
Big swing and a miss there.
A steady diet of off-speed stuff. The changeup right there, a curveball. Pitching him tougher with nobody on base than when he had runners on.
Green 2 for 2. Now has his average up to 483. When you're hitting 480, 2 for 2 doesn't get it up very fast. Here's the 1-2. Just missed.
He's so locked in. I mean, every pitch before, he almost knows what's coming before the pitcher delivers it.
Pull the trigger on Shane.
Guy who was a workout warrior. Swung and missed that time. Only the 21st time all year he is fanned.
Great piece of pitching. That's just a tribute to how much of a role that Komine is in. Again, here's a breaking pitch you're going to see. A little something different. Didn't show him those pitches the first time up. Got him out in front, waving. No matter how good a hitter you are, if the pitchers are on, they're going to win that battle.
6th strikeout of the night for Shane Komine. And starts Jeff Baker off with a swing and a miss.
It's the first breaking ball that Baker saw in the inside half of the plate.
Chops this one foul, 0-2.
You know, Mike, it's amazing. I'm looking at this arm pad that Baker wears.
Right.
You know, you look at this. I got one of these on. It's got a little bubble there. I don't know how they get extension, because it almost takes you and locks your elbow up when you swing.
It won't extend. Okay.
So,
but you can't get hurt with that.
No, man. I'll tell you what. You can go up there. You can hit this as hard as you want. I mean,
Can I step back and...
Yeah. Go ahead, take a whack.
No.
Maybe later in the week you might do
I
that.
might miss you and get you here where you don't have any pads. 1 and 2 in the dirt, 2 and 2.
Well, you know, it's such an advantage for a hitter to be able to have something like this. Now that allows you to get right on top of the plate with no fear. And I think fear is part of hitting. You know, that's...
Oh, sure.
You know, if you're afraid of certain things, that's the battle. You want to get over those fears.
Inside. Of course, Barry Bonds wears one of those on his right arm. And Roger Clemens nailed it flush. And Barry just stared at it.
Barry takes getting hit by a pitch better than anybody in the big leagues. And it's almost like he expects it. Oh, well. But if I got hit with that pad, I wouldn't be as upset either.
No. Well, they're going to start throwing at guys' knees again.
Exactly.
Missed with a fastball. So a runner aboard with 1 out. Fourth walk issued by Comine.
Well, the other thing that happens with these 3 hitters, it makes the pitcher work so much. Baker getting the walk right there, but you have to be on with every one of your pitches, the concentration that you have to have. I make a bad pitch, I'm giving up a long ball.
Coming into the game, he in 91 in the 3rd innings. This is a season high for him, and Michael Johnson stands in. He is 0 for 2. Hit high in the air, deep left. Bruce going back to the track, lost his balance and couldn't get it. The wind knocked it down in front of him. It's a double and a run scores.
Boy, I tell you, if he had actually caught that ball, Baker's double off at first base.
Yes, he is. He
was already at third by the time the ball hit the ground.
Watch the wind drive this down as Bruce goes all the way to the track.
Nobody hurt. Right here, right here.
Yeah, it really drove it down hard.
Got a good jump, got back, and then the wind just killed him. So it's 7-3, a big break for the Clemson Tigers, and Valiente comes up with 1 on and 1 out.
And a great catch up in the press section, ball lined into the booth. Nice catch by that man right there.
Stings, doesn't it? Beautiful breaking pitch for a called strike. 0-2. Valiente has walked. He's officially 0 for 1. Ball low. Excellent umpiring job tonight. John Magnuson at the plate, the rest of his crew.
Yeah, they've really been on it. Even to come back and have a conversation and start the inning over after the grounds crew is dragging the field.
They're trying to make the right call, and that's all you can ask of anybody.
Absolutely right.
You just can't stand it when a guy makes the wrong call and they won't change it. Breaking pitch low again.
Well, we're talking about all the walks tonight. I don't think he's ever faced a lineup as potent as this lineup is either. So sometimes there's an intelligent walk, and that will drive your totals up.
Only 2 guys under 300 in the entire lineup. This would be the 90th pitch. Chop towards short. Simakaitis behind second, throws him out 2 gone.
Simakaitis, good-looking shortstop, just a freshman.
Got a big arm.
Read that hop. When you have a great arm like that, it allows you to be able to do a lot of different things. Watch him on the second hop of this ground ball. He'll start to back up. There's the first hop. Here's the second. See, he's backing up already. And now that allows him to circle the ball a little bit more. And he's got a strong enough arm to make up the difference. Not a lot of guys can do that. I would have had to charge that ball.
Buys you some time, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Schmidt with 2 outs, a runner at third, and a run home. 7-3, Nebraska over favorite Clemson. Here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, Mike, we talk about great athletes in this game. Jared Smith, a couple years ago when he came in here, he was a 9-0 pitcher. And last year he won 7 games, he was 7-3, and then he decided, oh, I'm just going to hit now.
Future might be in the outfield. Takes a fastball low. 2 balls and a strike to Jared Schmidt, who has walked and grounded out. Streaky hitter, has been very good in tournaments. Seems to get really juiced for him. Takes that one low. 3-1. And Comine has not had the mastery of the control that he normally shows. But as Harold said, he probably hasn't faced a bunch of sticks like this either. Breaking pitch hung high. 2 walks in the inning. 5 for the ball game.
And they still got to play according to the situation. He's got a 4-run lead, and he throws a 3-1 slider. If he hits the ball to the ballpark, you're still up 2 runs. And that's the difference in his control tonight.
And the guy that he walked perhaps to get to, or at least realistically he did get to, is Kyle Frank, someone he struck out twice already. You got to pick your spot sometimes.
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
That one's outside. So Comine has a high for walks and a high for strikeouts. Or check it, a high for walks this season. And we're only in the bottom of the 50s, walk 5. Popped up. And the first baseman, Brandon Eyman, charges down the line to make the catch. 2 left. Clemson only 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position.
Mike and Harold, we have sought and we have found sorts of the smoke and the flame. And Paul Ransford from Offutt Air Force Base, he's about 20 minutes from here in Omaha, has the explanation. Paul, what's going on here?
Well, I'm a member of the Offutt First Tax Top 4 organization. We're cooking some food here. We're trying to raise money for our organization in the Air Force. The purpose of our organization is to benefit the junior enlisted people in our unit. The grill tends to eat some charcoal and it catches fire quite a bit. So we're trying to keep the smoke down, but it's getting pretty intense back here.
All right, guys, $5 for a burger or a sausage. And it looks like for Nebraska, Mike, it will not be 2 and a barbecue.
That's right. There you go, Dave. I think the Air Force is in charge of this. They brought a little jet fuel to put on that barbecue. Jed Morris, who homered in the 4th, has broken the single-season record for total bases by a Husker. 196. That breaks Darren Erstad's record, set back in 1995. Erstad, one of the players who's gone on to the major leagues.
Start breaking major league players' records. That's
doing all right.
Saying what you're doing.
Fastball outside corner called strike.
I'm sure Darren's watching this closely as his Angels are preparing for some games. The Angels have been on the roll.
They have.
Wow.
Well, this kid is a good one to break your records.
That's the kind of record a catcher is supposed to hold anyway. He's supposed to be the power guy.
He's driven in 3 tonight. Fielder's choice to 2-run homer. 3-2 count. Might have another one if it stays fair. Foul ball.
He got a great swing, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. That is a power hitter swing right there.
Watch him stay down through this ball from umpire Cam. I mean, just right behind it. He knew right away it was hooked at foul.
He is virtually the only power in the lineup. And what a good eye. Takes a fastball high for ball 4. Lost today, but yet advanced as South Korea was able to win. Jeff Blevins with a runner at first, nobody out here in the Nebraska 6th inning. Patrick Hogan has very quietly done a nice job out of the bullpen for Clemson.
Tell you what, if Hogan didn't come on and throw strikes like he is, we might have been up to watch that soccer game.
That's right. We'd be in the 7th inning when it came on. But he has done just that. Facing Blevins now, a runner on, nobody out here in the 6th inning. Morris over at first, not much of a threat to run. 4 stolen bases on the year.
Well, it's a situation where they want to pick up that next run. It gives them a 5-run lead, and now a grand slam doesn't beat you, and that's the key.
Because there's some guys on this Clemson club that can hit grand slams. The wind has freshened a little bit again toward right. A couple innings there, it died down almost nothing. We thought it was going to be a perfect situation to hit. But now, again, blowing toward right. One and 2 to Blevins. Ripped at second. Great stab by Slevin. And Khalil Green completes the double play. Now that's playing some second base and turning a DP.
That was beautiful. I love the backhand flip because that's the only way you're going to be able to get that. A lot of people teach that underhand, but a backhand flip from that distance is really the only way you're going to be able to turn this ball over. But watch him smother it. Make sure you get 1 before you get 2. And he just makes sure I got 1 here. And now, Khalid, go ahead, do your thing. Finish it up. Beautiful play.
Screaming short hop. He comes up with it. Two out, nobody on for Seeley, who doubled his last time up. So the Clemson defense getting a chance to do some work behind Patrick Hogan. Breaking ball is low.
See what happens when your pitcher throws strikes. When you come in, you throw strikes, you keep your team in the game moves along, the players make plays behind you. Umpire gives you pitches. You know, it all works in your favor.
Yes, it does. I think that was a good call, too. It's not where the ball ends up, but where it crosses the plate. And that one looked like it got a pretty good chunk of it. Broke a curveball inside. Here's the 2-2.
Ouch!
And got him. So Seeley takes 1 for the club.
It's a fastball, and you know the fundamentals again. That's a fundamental play. Turn and take the blunt of the ball with you. That's why you spin inside like that instead of turning your body and exposing the inside of your body to that.
Another lefty, Drew Anderson, stands in with 2 out.
You know, the Husker hitters coming in here have been hit 95 times in 66 games. That's some bruises.
How many times did you get hit?
I got out of the way. I did not like to get hit.
I've never understood that. Who would? That thing's coming too fast.
Oh, man, I know.
It's a baseball, not a grapefruit. It's going to hurt.
The object is to hit it, not let it hit you.
Anderson has walked twice. And of course, guys like Ron Hunt and Craig Biggio made a career out of being hit by pitches. They just happen to be really good players outside of that.
Yeah. Don Baylor.
Yeah. This one gets away from the catcher. Seeley goes to second. And Isaac had trouble finding it. Seeley thought about going to third. Isaac got a piece of it to block it, but not all of it.
Well, I think that's the one time you're going to see a Nebraska runner not assume, or I should say assume he's just going to get 1 base and not anticipate going 2 bases on this. he got the second and was content with that, and then all of a sudden he realized, but it was too late by then. You got to anticipate that ahead of time.
Runner in scoring position with 2 out. Fastball misses outside. 3-0 to Drew Anderson with Will Bolt on deck. Bolt, a right-handed batter. So Anderson may not see much here with a 3-0 count. Gets a fastball right down the pipe. Just trying to figure it all out.
Let's go, kid.
Yeah.
Skied to straightaway left. Valiente under it. The inning is over. The big play in this inning, second baseman David Slevin going to his knees to block a crushed shot and turning it into a double play. Still a 4-run lead. And we have more than 24,700 on hand. It is a Session 1 record here at the College World Series. We set a lot of records out here year after year. This one has to be courtesy of the Cornhuskers as they come in for the second year in a row.
Well, it becomes more than a baseball game. It becomes a happening. Have to have that ticket.
Pyzik takes that one low. Comine in his 6th inning of work. That was low as well, 2-1. New grandstands built here at Rosenblatt Stadium as they do something major to improve this place every year. Excellent seats in both left and right field. High and inside, 3-1. And they raised the outfield fences a couple of feet and moved them back in the power outlets. And it really gives it a nice look.
Yeah, and it's made a difference even in tonight's game.
It has.
It takes away that extra cheap home run. And that could have turned this game around a couple times tonight.
All brand new seats in the right and left field main grandstands. Payoff pitches foul back. It's the 8 and 9 men in the order will lead it off again. They would love to get somebody on base to set it up so Khalil Green could hit again with men on. He is driven into with the 3 with a double. 3-2 is low. And Pyzik, a 182 hitter, starts it off with a base on balls.
I just wonder how much more he has in his tank. He's got to be up over 100 pitches now. 103.
Good call.
He's laboring a little bit.
Turn it.
Not as sharp with the location. And that's what you start to notice when a guy gets tired.
Slevin stands in. He has walked and fanned.
That's the top.
And now they want to talk to Shane Comine with action in the Nebraska bullpen. And they keep the same pitch count we do. Steve Hale, the right-hander, is down there. He's been up a couple of times.
And sometimes pitch count, you don't even have to look for pitch count. If a guy is not hitting his spots, and he's usually a spot type of pitcher, someone who locates very well, and he hasn't done that for the last inning or so.
Well, he already has a career high in walks with a half a dozen. He's also fanned 6.
Plus, in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking down the road. If we win this game, he's got to come back and pitch if they want to. If they're talking about possibly advancing through the winner's bracket and getting to that championship game, he's going to have to pitch again.
Although the winner's bracket really saves your staff. And they do not have the kind of a bullpen that you really want to go to early. Although now we're in the 6th.
Yeah.
One and one to Slevin, the number 9 man in the order. just missed with a fastball. Well, Kamine wanted that one.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Now, I'm surprised Clemson hasn't tried to move a runner here. Slevin handles the bat really well. Even though you're down 4 runs in the 6th, it's almost like it's the 3rd inning if you're looking at a Major League Baseball game, because the aluminum bats, they can score runs in a hurry.
Isaac down at first does not run well. There's a high fastball, 3-1. So Kamine is doing himself real damage here, walking the number 8 man, a 182 hitter, and now the number 9 man, Slevin, who's already walked once, is ahead 3-1. Ball 4. He's walked 2.
Low field tank to go out there and try to battle.
You see the lower third of the order has drawn 4 walks. High in the air to right, going back Anderson on the track, back to the wall, leaps, can't get a 3-run homer. And Clemson's right back in it. Is right.
I said that because he got it up high into the jet stream. He didn't hit it well, but he got some lift, and that was the key with that wind blowing to right field.
A 3-run blast, the 5th of the year for Zane Green. All 5 of his home runs have come in the NCAA tournament. That's how much of a late season lift he has given this club.
Good extension. Now he knows too that I got Murderers Row following me. I'm going to get some fastballs to hit. Great move by coach to put him in the leadoff spot in front of those guys.
Kamine still there against Khalil Green. And I got to tell you, I'm real surprised he's still in there, Harold. When you walk the 8-9 guys in the order, and then the leadoff man touches you for a home run.
He's only in there to face those 3 guys. Maybe they're relying on his experience. He got through them before, and they're asking a lot.
Well, you can bet Khalil Green is licking his chops right now. He's already 2 for 3. Takes that one low. Struck out in the 5th. And the Tigers back in it. They're down 7-6. And 4 of the 7 walks issued by Kamine have scored. Foul wide of 3rd.
That's an amazing stat right there.
They always come back to haunt you. At any level of baseball, anytime, it just happens. There are some guys who are so overpowering they'll get away with it. 2-2 to the College Player of the Year. Khalil Green represents the tying run. Fouled again.
All right, Shane. He's got to have tremendous vision because his body drifts so much. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with his swing. He stands perpendicular. He's got his legs together. Doesn't have a whole lot of balance.
Fastball laid off of it, 3-2. You would think you could get him with some slow breaking stuff or straight changes, but he seems to be able to hit anything and hard.
He does. He's got to have tremendous vision because the way he sets up.
Now you wonder if they'll try to change that at the next level. Struck him out.
You got to let him try to do what he's done before you start thinking about making him change. It reminds me a lot of Juan Beniquez. Remember he used to hit like that? Same thing. Another good change up to get him out. He struck him out back-to-back times, and this is why they left Kamine in the game. They wanted him to face these hitters.
Khalil Green had struck out only 20 times all year. He has fanned twice tonight. And there is a breaking ball to Baker, who has gotten a steady diet of those in this game. 0 for 2 with a walk. Kamine has already thrown 118 pitches. Another curveball low. 2-0.
Yeah, Baker just looks like he's locked in this time.
Struck out twice and walked, and he's looking for heat. Got it, but inside.
That sounded like it hit him.
3-0 with Michael Johnson the left-hander on deck. Comine trying to hold the lead. Walked him on 4 pitches. Third walk of the inning issued by Sean Comine. And the power hitting Johnson, who doubled off of him the last time, comes up.
They're having Morris from the bench now go out and talk with him. And
well, Dave Van Horn is looking down at the bullpen. The left-hander out there is Marsden, and Marsden has not been up very long. So they want to give him just a little bit more time to get ready. And Van Horn is waiting for the sign so he can bring the lefty in to face Johnson. And now John Magnuson, the home plate umpire, is going to go out and break it up.
Yeah, Marsden's the guy that they want to get in the game. And actually, this is the hitter that he wanted to have him face.
Nothing yet. He will face the left-hander, who is 1 for 3 tonight, a double and a run driven in.
That's another way to, instead of having a conversation at the mound, have him throw over to first, maybe step off. That gives him 2 or 3 more pitches down in the bullpen. Then you call time and run the lefty in.
And I think that's exactly what they're doing. You don't get Marsden up warming unless you want to bring him in against the left-hander, but unless Dave Van Horn has other plans. No, he's just stalling for time right now.
Baker is definitely not, doesn't say Henderson on the back of that jersey there.
No, it doesn't. And there it is. They used everything they could think of. Catcher going out to talk to him, throws to first base. And Sean Comine has given it everything he could for the Huskers. And the fans already on their feet. The young man who was 10-0 this year with a 1.87 ERA has been touched for 6 runs tonight and is responsible for the man at first.
He's taken all the time in the world. He made the umpire walk all the way out to the dirt and then have him remove the pitcher. I mean, he gave Marsden enough time to get ready. Great job by Mr. Comine.
.121 pitches for Shane Comine. The ace of the staff will leave with the lead. Here was the 3-run homer earlier in the inning, hoping against hope that it stays in. Let's go to Dave Ryan. David, what do you have?
All right, Mike, thanks. Zane Green, the big hero for Clemson, and Mom Pam is here. Excited. Knees were knocking. She told me a few moments ago, this has been a long-time dream for Zane just to get here. When did he start playing baseball?
When he was about 2. My husband had him in the backyard at 2 years old. And this is his dream, and it is worth 12 miles to get here. It's awesome.
Well worth the trip, I know, for you. Now, as Mike pointed out, no home runs for him at all during the regular season. 5 in the NCAAs. So what's the story? Has he always kind of hit home runs in bunches?
He's hit them. He hit them all through high school. Got up here, and everybody's good, and everybody can pitch, and everybody can hit. So I guess he was put on the burner for a little while. But he's come alive.
How tough is it for the Clemson fans against about 25,000 or so Nebraska fans to make some noise here?
These people, they're wonderful, though. We really thought they were going to really root us on out of here, but they have been so nice. Everybody here has been wonderful.
Tigers are thinking comeback here, Mike.
All right, David, and they have already cut it to 1. The new pitcher will be sophomore Aaron Marsden, the big left-hander.
Well, they were hoping to hold Marsden back and be one of their starters. He's one of their quality guys, but you know what? This is a big game. This one single game right here sets up the whole rest of the week for you. If you don't get through game 1 and stay in that winner's bracket, it could be a long week.
Good numbers, 8-1, an earned run average of 2.34. Fastball, slider, and a change. Needs to keep the ball down to be effective. And he will come on with a runner at first. 1 out in a 1-run ball game. With a sidearm action and gets a breaking pitch in for a called strike. Tough on lefties.
Boy, very deceptive. He steps towards first base, which locks off his body from the left-hander. Then he snapped a little slider off on him. Tough pitch.
Johnson fists this one into left, and Bruce is there for the second out of the inning.
Well, you just think about the situations in the game. Bruce falling down on the ball out there, give up a run.
That's right.
The 4 walks, and all 4 scored. 7 walks, 4 of them scored. And then on Clemson's side, you can do the same thing. Fundamental baseball's really hurt both teams tonight.
You can't give up outs, and both teams have done it. Valiente with 2 out and a runner aboard. Clemson down by 1. Valiente has grounded out twice and walked. Clemson has been down 4-0 and 7-2. They have pulled to within 1 at 7-6 here in the home half of the 6th inning. Towards short. Simakaitis for the easy play, the force at second. So Aaron Marsden comes out of the bullpen to do his job, records 2 quick outs. We've got a 1-run game.
Buckle up.
The Bourne Identity is the best spy thriller in years.
You've got a black ops agent who's off the reservation.
We can't stay here. It's not safe.
With a mind-blowing car chase that rivals The French Connection. This summer, danger is born. The Bourne Identity, rated PG-13, now playing at theaters everywhere.
Well, back in 1975, you know, I'm in the phone.
Just like back in the day. Lord, I like the way y'all play. We're gonna funk everybody. You are the future to the funk.
It's your future.
This new technology is driving me wild. Oh yeah, ooh, baby, I can't stop dreaming of the desktops. I want this new style. Don't tell me it's wrong. It takes a P4 to turn me on. I'm hot for the desktops.
New computers sure look good. What computers?
I'm hot for the desktops. Gateway's new desktop.
Nebraska's lead over Clemson has been cut to 1, 7-6. And we are in bracket 1, second game. Georgia Tech has already advanced. They beat South Carolina 11-0 this afternoon. So Georgia Tech into the winners division of this bracket. Nebraska and Clemson trying to join them. The loser of this game will go into the losers division against South Carolina. Tomorrow, bracket 2 begins play with Notre Dame and Stanford on CBS, and then we've got Rice and Texas. So now Patrick Hogan, who came out of the bullpen with the game almost out of reach, has kept his club in it and has them within 1 run. Will Bolt will lead off the 7th for Nebraska.
That's why that one guy in the bullpen, that long man, becomes so important. And he's shown us tonight, if you can just stop him, especially with this Clemson offense, you're going to get a chance to get back in the game, and he's done that.
Well, you know Clemson's going to score runs. I mean, they just hit the ball too well not to. Bottom third of the order here. 3-1. That fastball thought to be a little high.
Go, Will. Come on, set it.
Went after a high fastball and ripped it, but foul. If you joined us late for this ball game, we're in the 7th, a 1-run game at Rosenblatt Stadium in Omaha for the College World Series. Glad you could join us. Always fun to be out here. And with Nebraska fans really filling the stands, this one is rolled to short. Green makes the 6-3 play, one gone.
That play right there shows you that is next level fielding. No need to step and throw, just out of the glove in the air. And just tremendous fundamentals. You know, so often we talk about an infielder having a clock, knowing your runners and how much time it's going to take. But this is what you do at the next level. I found out that from college to the minor leagues, each step, it's just the athletes are faster. So you got to get rid of the ball quicker. And he shows you right there, he can do that at the next level.
Say he really only shows his arm when he has to. And he's got a rifle. Fastball to Iman. 1 for 3 and a run batted in.
Come on, let's go.
Check it, 1 for 2. He walked the first time up. 2-1 to Brandon Iman.
He probably got some pretty good batting practice when he was a kid. His dad was a second-team All-Big 8 pitcher in the 70s for the Huskers.
That's why he is so familiar with his ballpark. As an Omaha native. Simakaitis on deck. Now it's up to Nebraska to try to get the offense going again and add some padding, and they get a base on balls from Brandon Iman.
They're telling that bullpen to hurry up. They know he's at the end of the rope, and you know we've talked so often, Mike, tonight about the coaches knowing their players and the limits or limitlessness of how far they can go, the limitations of what they can do, and they're getting that bullpen ready quick.
This is the 20th relief appearance this year for Hogan. Averaged about 2.5 innings per relief appearance, and he has certainly gone over that average tonight. The starter, Rebo, went 1 1/3. Boozer out of the bullpen went 1 2/3. And it's been Hogan ever since. Breaking pitch in there to Simakaitis.
Well, that's a great pitch when you can do it. You can deliver that breaking ball for a strike on the first strike. Now the hitter has no idea. If you miss with that, now he's got a pretty good idea. You come back with a fastball.
Hogan has allowed only 2 hits in his 3 1/3 innings work so far.
Joe.
1 on, 1 out in the Nebraska 7th. Slow breaking ball hangs high, 1-1.
I'm really surprised, Mike, we haven't seen Nebraska run tonight.
I was just going to say the same thing.
They're a team that's known to be putting runners in motion. They have not done that.
Of course, Iman doesn't have a stolen base this year. There he goes. Good call, Harold. Hit in the air, dive, safe. Hogan and Johnson converging on the ball. Hogan dives, can't come up with it. And you know you're living right when you hit a ball like that and it falls for a base hit.
You got that right. That's a hit and run at that. You know, on a hit and run, you want to hit the ball on the ground. Well, as soon as it's up in the air, the runner's out. If he catches this, it's an easy double play. I mean, you couldn't have thrown the ball any better than that. No. Placement.
A break for Nebraska. Just perfect placement between the pitcher Hogan and the first baseman Johnson. Here comes Jack Leggett to visit with Hogan. Boy, that drives you nuts as a pitcher. I mean, the guy hits it. It wouldn't raise a welt if it hit you in the middle of the forehead, and it's a base hit.
I mean, couldn't have thrown it any better.
We've got a new pitcher. We'll check it out when we come back.
I'm Jay Moore. ESPN likes my show so much they moved it to prime time.
He's tough, yet sensitive. He's smart, yet humble. More sports kicks off the block with Paul Pierce of the Boston Celtics, Tuesday, 8 Eastern on ESPN.
The Earl of Sandwich was the undisputed ruler of the sandwich world.
I give you peanut butter and banana. Bologna. Club sandwich.
Why is there bread in the middle?
Silence!
Why is there bread in the middle? I'm going to lose the middle bread, add a tender, spicy chicken breast, and call it Jack's Spicy Chicken Club.
Hey, the middle bread's missing.
Silence!
Josh, I was doing laundry.
And your mother found this in your pocket.
Cool. My royalty check. I sold my science project.
For $1 million?
That Cox high-speed internet is really paying off.
Mutual funds or bonds?
Whatever. That's my broker.
Do you feel this way about the internet in your home? You will with Cox high-speed internet. Get free installation plus a 30-day money-back guarantee. Now available valley-wide. Call 623-594-1179 today.
Nebraska on top of Clemson 7-6 here in the 7th, and the Huskers are threatening. Patrick Hogan has been relieved by Tyler Lumsden, highly regarded freshman lefty out of Roanoke, Virginia. 6'2", 190. This will be his 25th appearance. 4-1, a couple of saves, an earned run average under 5. And has struck out 59 in 55 innings worked. 35 walks. Good breaking ball. And he'll be facing the leadoff man, Jeff Lyzee, a left-handed batter. Jack Leggett trying to keep it close, going even deeper into his bullpen.
Well, Hogan did a tremendous job.
Yes, he did. 3 1/3, only 3 hits.
And at the time, the offense was clicking in all cylinders when he came in and shut that Nebraska offense down. So he did a great job stopping something that was on a good roll.
He's responsible for the 2 runners aboard with 1 out here in the 7th. Way inside.
I mean, these guys sit up there and they just want to be a target. You see, he almost got hit on that pitch.
Willing to take one for the club. Or more. In the dirt, got him to chase it.
That's a great pitch right there. You know he's looking for a fastball in that situation. Lefty on lefty, and he's down already. He's up on the count 1-0, and he gets that's a fastball swing. I know a fastball's coming. That's just one of those hacks that you take without watching the ball.
Breaking ball hangs inside, 2-1. Lyzee trying to give Nebraska a little comfort room here. And the Clemson fans certainly outnumbered in the crowd here in Omaha. But they have seen their club pull back within 1. 2-1 fastball, chopped back to the mound. Looks to third, goes wide to first. Tyler Lumsden had a play anywhere he wanted to make it. Third base, second base, or first base. And that's when you get brain lock and don't know what to do.
A lot of times in situations, Mike, we've seen it time and time again, a reliever comes in the game and he doesn't exactly know the situation. Right here, you got to go to second and maybe get 2. And he was totally took himself out of the play by looking to third and coming back.
It's an error on the throw. Potential double play to get them out of the inning is turned into a bases-loaded situation with only 1 out.
He came in to get the 1-hitter, the left-hander, and he got the ground ball and just wasn't able to execute finishing the play.
The first thing I ever remember about baseball was the coach saying before every pitch, you have to ask yourself, if it's hit to me, what am I going to do with it? Before every single pitch. That may have been a question Tyler Lumsden did not ask himself.
You're absolutely right. He just was not. He was so locked in on throwing strikes. He had thrown 3 breaking pitches in a row, got behind 2-1, knew he had to deliver a strike with the fastball, and just caught him off guard.
Well, we have a second. Nebraska's been kind enough to give us a sneak peek behind the scenes at the College World Series. Here is your Nebraska fan all access pass.
We are here live at Omaha's Rosenblatt Stadium. Go Big Red!
Okay, there's people in line now to get seated.
And they came home and they said, come on, Grandma, we got to go up there. We got to get these tickets for the game.
Gonna be here all day and all night waiting for the Huskers, and we're going all out for the second time, baby.
Root for the Huskers. If they don't win, it's a shame.
My brother's Jeff Lisey, and we get 6 free tickets every year to the College World Series. I'd just rather be out here with all these crazy fans.
There we go, Huskers!
27 hours later, we're pumped up and ready to go. Go Big Red! Go Big Red!
Wow.
They're
like
pumped, aren't they?
27 hours later, and they're waiting in line, and the game hadn't even started yet.
Red everywhere for the Huskers. They are up 7-6, bases loaded, 1 out here in the 7th. B.J. Lamora with a big fastball comes out of the pen, trying to shut down this rally. A junior making his 18th appearance. He's won 6 and saved 1. Power pitcher with 54 strikeouts and 51 and 2/3 innings of work.
This is the guy they like to have in the ball game. He'll throw the ball 92, 93. He'll rush it up there. Great condition.
Got his only save in the Super Regional against Arkansas. Struck out the only 2 he faced to get that save. He could use a couple right here. Daniel Bruce with the bases loaded. No strikes and a ball.
It's amazing how many first pitch breaking pitches they've started off hitters with. If you miss, now you slow that 90-mile-an-hour fastball down to something the hitter can catch up to.
Ball 2. Bases full of Huskers. Hyman at third. Simakaitis at second. Lisey, who reached on an error at first. 2-0 to Bruce. Now make it 2-1. As a hitter, are you torn between wanting to get that third ball or wanting to get a pitch you can rip?
Oh, you want to get a pitch to rip, no doubt. But even in a 2-0 situation, you can sit on the pitch you want, because more than likely 2-1, at this level, he's coming back with another fastball.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't get around on that heater.
That was up, and that was some gas. A little extra adrenaline on that pitch.
2-2. The strikeout would be Bruce's best friend, or his worst enemy, and the best friend for B.J. Lamora right now. Missed low with a fastball. 3-2.
Well, really, if Bruce puts the ball in play, the shortstop's back, the second baseman's back, the first baseman's back. I can't see them turning a double play from the depth that they're playing at. So if he's able to put the ball in play, they're going to pick up a run.
Struck him out.
Now you see why he struck out everybody to get his save the last time out. He is throwing hard.
And now all he has to do is face Jed Morris, who came up the last time, crushed a 2-run homer in the 4th, has driven in 3 runs in the ballgame, and is responsible for the Nebraska lead. 22 home runs, 87 driven in this year. He's up with the sacks loaded. 2 outs. Fastball for a called strike.
I love his approach. He's so quiet at the plate. What I mean by that is there's not a lot of movement, and it allows his eyes to really lock in and see the ball.
Lamora misses low and outside with a fastball.
Lamora is no secret. Here it is. I'm coming after you.
Yep.
Let's go now.
Power against power. Lamora against Morris. Misses low again.
This is where Morris should get something to hit, because Lamora's got to come after him. You don't want to go 3-1 against this guy, so you know he's going to get another fastball.
Morris, a home run and 2 walks in 4 trips to the plate tonight. Steps out.
This would be a great indication if he comes at the fastball exactly how hard he's throwing. If he's not able to catch up to it on this pitch, it's telling you something.
Fouls it off down the left field line. Did not get around on it.
No, he kept it on the outside half, and it was hard. Right now, he's in the driver's seat. You know, he can do a lot of things. He can throw an off-speed pitch, or he can go back up with another fastball away and make him chase it.
2-2, bases loaded, 2 out in the 7th. Nebraska clinging to a 1-run lead. Line back up the middle, base hit. 1 run is home. Here's a play at the plate. He is out. A perfect throw from Kyle Frank, and Isaac was waiting there to apply the tag.
That is some tremendous baseball right there. Great hitting. He got a fastball down away, drove it back up the middle. He was challenged by the heater, and what a throw and catch in this play. You're not going to see anything any better in the big leagues.
At 7-Eleven, we have over 300 drinks, and they're all really cold. Now get 2 bottles of Gatorade for $3.
From Beantown to downtown. From Broadway to Jasper Road. Crest is making things a little brighter. Now everything you need for a great smile has a bright new look.
An accommodating leather-trimmed interior. 3 spacious rows of seating. It's very refined. Introducing the 240 horsepower Pilot, built by Honda.
Ultra powerful. Ultra easy. Ultra powerful. Ultra easy. This is the concept behind new Lotrimin Ultra, the new way to cure athlete's foot. Why is it ultra powerful? Because it's got a new prescription strength ingredient that nobody else has. Why is it ultra easy? Because you just have to use it once a day. And it keeps your athlete's foot free for 3 months. Ultra powerful, ultra easy. New once a day Lotrimin Ultra.
Back at the College World Series with Nebraska leading Clemson. It's now 8-6 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The inning ended on a perfect throw from center fielder Kyle Frank to Steve Pajak. Got a good jump on the ball, charged it.
Can do about everything you want to right on this play. Look at Pajak block the plate, 2 hands on the ball. Also, the impressive thing, Mike, is there was 2 outs. And so you know the runner is going on the crack of the bat.
Absolutely.
Now, that's a great throw. Bad slide, though. He could have really damaged his leg right there.
Could have hurt himself.
But I think the catcher did such a great job of blocking it. He stopped him before he got into the slide, and that's why the front leg was cut out from underneath him. Just a tremendous fundamental play.
So a bases loaded line drive shot results in only 1 run and a 2-run lead. Let's check in with Dave Ryan.
Well, Mike, Clemson coach Jack Leggett is dedicating this game of the College World Series and the Tiger College Series run to his very close friend, Keith LeClaire, who's the head baseball coach at East Carolina, unfortunately stricken with Lou Gehrig's disease for the last year. LeClaire's number 23 is written under Jack Leggett's cap as a sign of the dedication. Jack Leggett coached Keith LeClaire at Western Carolina, and LeClaire took Leggett's spot at Western when he moved on to Clemson. Since Keith has moved to East Carolina, Coach Leggett started a Keith LeClaire fund and has helped raise $35,000 to try to defray some of those medical costs that he's dealing with. Keith LeClaire right now back home in North Carolina is watching this game on TV, trying to tune in with his good friend Jack Leggett.
Dave, it's a great story, and our best goes out to Coach LeClaire. All of us here at ESPN wishing him nothing but good fortune. Home half of the 7th, Nebraska up by 2. Schmidt, Frank, and Pyzik are the scheduled hitters. Schmidt 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. And Aaron Marsden, the left-hander, who came on the last inning, remains on in relief.
Marsden's got great stuff. We've seen some pretty good arms.
Have them?
Yes. Lemure, this guy right here.
Way outside with a fastball. Oh, when they waste a pitch, they waste a pitch.
Oh, man. They're making sure nobody's swinging at that.
That one was spoiled back in the crowd. Very defensive swing by Schmidt, just trying to stay alive.
I think also, Mike, you know, these guys are so young, the pitchers, in learning how to pitch inside on an 0-2 pitch.
Got him swinging on a ball in the dirt. They'll have to undo.
On an 0-2 pitch, they probably hit a lot of guys or left balls out over the plate. Right. Another great fundamental play right there with Morrison, the first baseman. That ball, see how he... The pass ball right there, he blocks it, and he got himself into a lane where he could throw it and not hit the runner. They waited a long time to a point where you almost started to say, throw the ball, get it down there, but they got themselves into proper alignment so they can make a throw.
Took some quick steps toward the pitcher's mound to give himself an angle because the runner is going to go down that line and make it difficult for you. A fundamentally sound play, and here's the left-hander Kyle Frank. 0 for 3 tonight. And that hit him on the elbow.
I think this is the first time in a long time where a guy makes a great play and he doesn't lead off the inning. So we'll hit him second. See it right off the elbow pad. I'm telling you, those pads are something else. You can't get hurt.
But he actually tried to get out of the way of that one.
Yes, he did.
The tying run will come to the plate. Steve Pyzik, the catcher, hitting only 182, walked and scored his last time up.
This is the part of the order that really has hurt Nebraska. The bottom part, because you loaded up for the big fellas, and you got to get the outs on the guys you're supposed to get out.
Jack Leggett says we need Pyzik, we need Slevin, the number 9 man, to come through for us. Between them, they've gotten 3 walks.
And then, like, got so much shit in the back there.
Ball 2. Pyzik, a double play candidate, does not run well at all. If Marsden can coax him into a ground ball. Misses again, ball 3.
And he's not even thinking about swinging. You know, a couple things.
If you were hitting 182, you wouldn't be either.
You got that right. A couple things we've seen tonight, though. Both clubs, when they've had bunt situations, the pitcher didn't throw strikes. When they're taking pitches, throw the strike.
Right.
You've got to take advantage of what they're giving you, and they haven't done that tonight.
Fastball in there on 3-0. Isaac looking down to third, getting the signs.
I'm pretty sure he's going to take right here, and if he goes to 3-2.
Walked him. has walked twice in a row. The tying run at first, the potential lead run, comes up in the person of David Slevin. And if Slevin keeps it alive, they'd go back to the top of the order for Green, who had the 3-run homer.
Got to get a strike here. If I'm Nebraska, I'm a little nervous. I got to make sure that this guy swings the bat.
Line to center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Here comes the throw from YZ. It won't be in time. It's a 1-run game.
Great piece of hitting from Slevin. And also throwing a strike. You make him throw a strike in that situation and you jump on it.
The number 8 and 9 men in the order, actually 7, 8, and 9 with a hit by pitch, a walk, and a single, have made it again a 1-run game.
You're going to see something a little unusual. There's no cutoff man because the first baseman didn't come over. Now remember, he's a third baseman and a shortstop, not used to having to run into that cutoff position, being Mr. Iman. But they got away with it this time. The runners didn't advance.
Comine still stands to be the winner, but he is seeing the lead evaporate. And now it will be lefty against lefty with Zane Green, who has 3 hits tonight, including a home run.
I think in this situation, it's just going over a scouting report. He's letting him know exactly what this guy throws. I doubt if he's bunting, although you could bunt in this situation with Green coming up next.
But then you'd walk Green, wouldn't you?
And then you got Baker.
Now, Zane Green with a triple could become only the 2nd player in College World Series history to hit for the cycle. Jerry Kindle of Arizona did it in 1956.
Jerry Kindle went on to Arizona to be the great coach there. Might even be here Saturday calling that game for CBS.
0-1 to Green. Outside, look, he wanted to bunt it.
Coach Kendall is in the stands tonight. I'm pretty sure he comes to Omaha every year, and yes, they've told me he is here. I bet he doesn't even know that stat.
Bet he does.
Yeah, I bet he does too.
1-1 to Zane Green. Marsden with a little crossfire, misses outside. And the College Player of the Year, Khalil Green, on deck. Oh boy, what a situation.
It's a great ball game. Great game.
Just missed 3-1. Marsden thought he had that one in there, and so did the partisan Nebraska crowd. Dave Van Horn thought so too. Here's the 3-1. Strike call. Zane Green trying to influence that call, but that pitch was there.
Yeah, that was there, no doubt.
John Magnuson has had a very consistent strike zone all night long. Big pitch, 3-2.
And he's had a consistent strike zone with some tough pitchers that have been all over the batter's box.
Right here!
Payoff pitch, foul back out of play. Zane's mom, who has watched her son have such a big night. Pam has seen him single, double, and homer. Got a chance to be a hero again. Hit toward third. They'll go to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Bang, bang at first base.
And that last little kick on the ground ball took it away. I thought it was going to be difficult to turn him over on a double play. Now, he see here the third baseman, this ball's going to kick on him and get stuck in his glove just a little bit. Nice turn at second, but he's just got too much speed. And he's down there. He's safe. No doubt about it.
First and third for Khalil Green, the College Player of the Year.
And this is like...
And they're going to take Marsden out and bring in a new guy to face Khalil Green.
Later on SportsCenter, can anyone catch Tiger at the Open? Or is the question how much he'll win by? And we'll look at who's hot, who's not in interleague baseball. SportsCenter, 11 Eastern on ESPN.
It always starts early. That longing for independence, to hang with the big boys. And it's always good. Be ready for it. Industrial Ride Shop is. They've got the largest selection of skate shoes in the valley. And the best brands. Ease, Osiris, DVS, America, Globe, Circuit, Element, Volcom, TSA, Hurley, and more. Who else is going to hook you up like Industrial Ride Shop? Nobody. Industrial Ride Shop. Here for the duration.
It's the concert tour that no band in history has ever attempted. Clubs, arenas, stadiums. It's Rolling Stones World Tour 2002-2003. Now, Phoenix, prepare yourself for the most electrifying show. The Arena Show, January 30th at America West Arena. Tickets on sale this Saturday at 10 a.m. at all Ticketmaster locations or charge by phone. Presented by E-Trade Financial.
ESPN2's presentation of the NCAA College World Series is brought to you by Lotrimin AF. Get the cure that's proven to kill athletes' foot on the whole foot. Lotrimin AF, the killer cure.
The drama continues to build in Omaha at the College World Series. Nebraska has a one-run lead on Clemson, but the Tigers threatening again here in the bottom of the seventh. Steve Hale, the right-hander from Yukon, Oklahoma, will come on to pitch. 6'1", 195, a junior. This is his 24th game. 4 wins, a couple of saves. As many hits as innings pitched. Not overpowering, 32 strikeouts in 54 innings.
He's going to run a fastball up there, 84, 88, curveball, slider, change guy. And they've got Khalil out off balance with the breaking pitch a lot the last couple at bats. We'll see with how they approach him this time.
Curveball for a strike. This could be, since we're in the bottom of the seventh, Khalil Green's last chance to help his club.
Two hits tonight, going 2 for 4 so far this evening, has extended his hitting streak to 34 games.
And collected his 399th and 400th career hit. Second all-time in college baseball. First-round draft choice of the San Diego Padres. Breaking ball lifted to left. Bruce goes back to the wall, but forget it, it's gone. What else would you expect from Khalil Green?
Talking about rising to the occasion, Mike.
He's not the College Player of the Year for nothing. That's his dad, Jim, who has watched him do it all year long. His 27th home run. He's now up to 91 RBIs with 5 tonight. Wow. And Clemson takes its first lead.
They showed him a same breaking pitch the first pitch. He measured it, said, all right, let me show you some adjustments. Here's his dad, Jim's reaction. He's seen it a few times.
Hit to short. That's the end of the inning, but the damage is done. Khalil Green with a 3-run bomb has given the Clemson Tigers the lead 10-8.
nimble, all-wheel drive Saturn Vue. At home in almost any environment.
Sub-Zero flavor inside, delicious cold minty shell outside. The gum that puts your breath on ice for a long time. Dentine Ice. Nothing's colder than ice.
New safe! Hey, making a click call? Just dial in the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them. What do you say we bail?
Save on every call. Use 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
There's something wonderful about a hamburger. It's one of the few things that brings so much joy. Made fresh, hot off the grill, all juicy and delicious with fresh toppings so it tastes great. It lifts your spirits and makes everything okay. That's the kind of hamburger we make. Wendy's Classic Double with cheese. It's better here. And now Wendy's pickup window is open late so you can eat great even late.
And we've got a proud father down in the stands. Dave Ryan is with him.
Do we ever? Jim Green is here. Jim, we know your son Khalil is very focused. He's very quiet. You seem very focused and quiet watching that at bat before the ball sailed over the fence and into the seats. What was your reaction like?
Pure joy. It's just great to see him come through in the clutch. That's, you know, he's always done that, and hopefully it'll just keep going.
How would this compare to him being taken by the Padres 13th overall? I mean, a top 15 pick in the Major League draft. He'd probably be a Major League star someday. This day and that day, how would you compare him?
So when?
So when he was drafted.
When he was drafted? He's still doing the same thing he's done all year. I mean, he's been really consistent. I think that's what he wanted, and that's what he got. Of course, he never imagined it would be hitting like this.
You call his run and the way he's played this whole season magical. Why'd you say that?
Well, to hit 480, you know, his fielding's been spectacular. Well, that's always been fun. But he just, to hit, that's, everything's turning out right. You know, the last bat at Clemson, that's it. He hits a home run. I mean, it was a weird.
Jim, enjoy the rest of this one, and good luck to your Tigers.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Mike.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Jim just having a ball throughout his son's senior season. And here in the 8th, Jeff Blevins leads it off with a double to right center off of B.J. Lamora, and it'll bring left-hander Justin Seeley to the plate. He has a double in 4 trips.
Come on, Ted. There is no quit in these guys.
Not with all the support they have here. 2-run ball game in the Nebraska 8th.
I mean, that's the difference, Mike, in the new ballpark. That is a home run last year.
Yes, it is.
We're in a 1-run game right now.
They moved the power alleys back and raised the fences. This is not quite as hitter-friendly as it used to be. Fastball again low. 2-0 to Seeley.
This park used to be even bigger than that. I was watching some games on ESPN Classic years ago. We used to have to hit a bomb to get it out of this ballpark.
Center field was Death Valley. You needed a Freddie Lynn center fielder who could go get him.
Yes.
I believe it was 420, 425 to dead center. And that's a poke anywhere. Here's the 3-0. Up and in, lost him. Tying runs are aboard. Kevin O'Sullivan coming out to talk to his pitcher. Henry, who is their second starter, and Jeff Corrigan, another right-hander, are up. Nebraska fights back. Let's go back to that blast by Khalil Green. Get a different angle on it. Way back in the stands, and really Clemson got something of a break because at the start of the game the wind was blowing in from left at about 15 miles an hour. Last couple of innings there's been barely a breeze.
Right, it's absolutely died down, and he came up with the big home run. The one thing I noticed right there, nobody's throwing that ball back. That's how you know this is a College World Series crowd.
Who has a pair of walks to show for a night's work.
We're looking to move those runners up. A lot of times you play for a tie at home and a win on the road. Now remember, Nebraska is a visiting team in this ball game,
even though they have the home crowd.
Exactly.
Go, 11, come on now.
If they continue to have Anderson bunt 0-1. Swings away and fouls it back. He's in a hole 0-2.
What's interesting is that a lot of times, Mike, how I've understood it in the past was they would give you a one pitch to swing, and then they would give you the bunt.
So the other way around.
Tonight we've seen it in reverse order. You gives you the bunt, and then you take the swing, unless somebody's missing signs or they're just doing it different.
0-2. Lamar wastes the fastball outside. Will Bolt, the number 7 hitter in the order, is on deck. Just tipped foul. Count rides at 1-2. So Lamora tried to cross up the left-hander with a breaking ball and almost did. Walks and 4 hit batsmen in the game, and 11 of those have scored. Wow. Fastball is low, 2-2. There's a time to nibble, and there's a time to go get them.
Absolutely.
I think the go get them time has arrived.
It has arrived. Make them put it in play. That's what we want to do.
It is so critical to win this first game. It keeps you in the winner's bracket. It sets up the rest of the week. Strike 3 call. Well, that was a good pitch. I don't know what Anderson was looking for, but it was a fastball right over the plate at the knees.
It sure was. It looks like he was looking for something else. It's right there. You know, a lot of times in a college game, you get a runner at second base. He's giving you signs. And if he crosses you up, he was looking for a breaking ball. And the runners actually started to break, and they stopped. So I think he might have gave him a sign thinking it was an off-speed pitch. And he got froze, and the runners didn't get a good break.
You're cooked then if you're looking for the hook and you get the fastball.
Yep.
Will Bolt, 2 on, 1 out in the Nebraska 8th. They're down by a pair. Bolt wearing the collar tonight. 0 for 4.
Goal 7.
B.J. Lamora, the 5th Clemson pitcher, stands to be the winner if he can hold him in the 8th and 9th. Situation to get it in. Kyle Frank did everything humanly possible, couldn't catch up with it.
He's got a 2-run lead. He went ahead and went for the dive. A lot of times you think you might try to keep in front of that ball, but the angle that he was at, he really had no choice.
It'd be tough to be in front of it anyway.
Yes, it would have been.
Bolt delivers 2 runs with a triple. The go-ahead run down at third with 1 out. We're tied at 10. Boy, this has been fun.
It's an instant classic. The boys of baseball tonight, they may as well just sit back and enjoy the game because I know they're sitting there wondering if they're going to go on. They're not going on the air yet.
Jack Leggett brings his infield in for the number 8 hitter, Brandon Iman, who walked his last time up.
They will squeeze bunt, too. This is a club that will squeeze.
Iman handles the bat well. Hit toward first. They'll hold the runner, and Michael Johnson will make the play 2 out. Nebraska is not a team. It's got a lot of free sticks on the bench. They go with their starters. Hopper, of course, injured with the torn ligament, even though he's still on the roster. These are the at-bats for the other guys on the bench. Not a whole lot. Gross with 121 to backup catcher. Simakaitis, the shortstop, takes a fastball low. So the number 9 man with an opportunity to be a hero.
What a spot for the freshman.
In the dirt, nice pick by Pyzik.
Pyzik has really been great back there, and he gives his pitchers total confidence to throw every pitch in their repertoire. And when you're blocking balls like that, you can go ahead and snap one off and know he's going to knock it down for you.
That one had wild pitch written all over it. Check swing, foul tip. 2-1. The only Husker starter who has not scored in this game is Bolt, and he stands at third base. Wow. They've been wearing a path around those bases. 2 balls and a strike to Simakaitis.
Well, that's great distribution.
Isn't it?
10 runs.
Come on, 9. Let's go, kid.
Fastball toward the seats and drifting back into the crowd about 7 rows. 2-2 on Simakaitis.
Can't you see I'm busy?
You think this is more typical, a 10-10 score? Nebraska-Clemson baseball or Nebraska-Clemson football?
Yeah, either way. Look at the gaps, though, in left center, and they've all shifted to right. That's how they're playing him. Infielders are back. He's got a big gap in left center field. I mean, huge gap.
They do not expect Simakaitis to pull one. 3-2. With B.J. Lamora, it's almost been all or nothing. They've hit the ball like a bullet, or they haven't hit it at all.
You're absolutely right.
Stayed alive. Got a piece of it and fouled it straight back.
He's had some nice approaches. You know, Coach was talking about earlier today how much of a better hitter he's become as the season's gone on. You see that a lot with younger players. They're able to make the adjustment and catch up to that next level. Obviously, defensively, he's able to do it for him. And we'll see what he can do offensively as he continues on his career. But as a freshman, he looks like he's got a pretty good approach.
Walked it. Good at-bat by Simakaitis.
Great. It really was. And this is the man you want coming to the plate. Super job of battling. He fouled off some tough pitches. It went down early with 2 strikes and was able to walk.
Jeff Lizzie. 1 for 5 tonight. Runners at first and third. Down at third is Bolt. And Simakaitis, who just walked down at first. Bolt with the big hit of the inning. A 2-run triple to left center. Lizzie has power. 12 home runs as a leadoff man this year.
And he's got great plate discipline. He doesn't strike out a whole lot. He usually swings at a good pitch. And you can see Lamore starting to get a little tired and not as crisp on that fastball.
2 outs, 2 on, 10-10 tie in the 8th. On the breaking pitch, 2-0. Lamore has thrown 26 pitches in the inning. Fastball for a strike.
Well, they don't give in, though, do they? They continue to stay on the outside half of those hitters' counts, make them earn it.
2-0 in this kind of situation. Throws the fastball outside corner of the knees. And John Magnuson continues with that very consistent strike zone. Fastball low and inside, 3-1.
Really impressive the job that he has done behind the plate as a young. 10 runs, 20 runs scored in the ball game, a ton of pitches.
Clemson as a staff, 202 pitches in this game between 5 pitchers. Time called.
I mean, I get tired umpiring a T-ball game. That's a lot of pitches.
Here's the 3-1. Foul back, 3-2. Advantage for Nebraska now. The runner from first will get a break. You might not have a forced play up the middle.
Yeah, he will be on the move. And a gapper got a chance to score 2 runs.
3-2 to Jeff Lizzie from B.J. Lamora. The Nebraska fans on their feet. Again. Got a pretty good hack at that one.
Yes, he did. Anytime you see a guy foul a ball straight back, it means he was on it. Missed it.
Lizzie not backing down, neither is Lamore. Both teams have had to fight from behind tonight. Nebraska doing it here in the 8th. Chop foul.
It's
a breaking ball on 3-2. Whoa.
He hasn't been able to locate that breaking ball the whole inning. To come back right there on a 3-2 pitch, pretty impressive.
Talk about not giving in.
They definitely called that one from behind the plate. I think Leggett's over there going, I cannot believe we threw that pitch right there.
If you're Lamora, how do you not shake that off? Hit in the air to straightaway center. Kyle Frank calling, and he'll make the catch as it drifts toward left. So they get out of the first and third jam, but 2 runs are home, courtesy of Will Bolt in a ringing 2-run triple that has tied this game at 10. We're in Omaha, College World Series. Don't go away.
Anybody here? Hello? Oh, Westside Cable. I'm here for the install. I'm at your front door, sir.
I'll tell you what, we'll meet you back there sometime between 12 and 5. Always wanted to say that.
The more powerful Acura RL.
$99 down, $99 per month. Experience the legendary quality of Coleman folding trailers.
Coleman, the greatest name in the great outdoors, can now be yours for $99 down and $99 a month. Choose from 11 different models. Now at Little Eater Little prices.
For a limited time, Coleman has 11 different models, all for $99 down and $99 per month, only at Little Dealer Little prices.
$99 down and $99 a month. Come to Little Eater Little prices, 2 freeway convenient locations in Phoenix and Mesa. We're open Saturday and Sunday.
It's the concert tour that no band in history has ever attempted. Clubs, arenas, stadiums. It's Rolling Stones World Tour 2002-2003. Now, Phoenix, prepare yourself for the most electrifying show. The Arena Show, January 30th at America West Arena. Tickets on sale this Saturday at 10 a.m. at all Ticketmaster locations or charge by phone. Presented by E-Trade Financial.
Heading to the home 8th inning in an incredibly exciting College World Series game. 10-10, Clemson and Nebraska. Ben Lisey is here, Jeff's brother. And this is, Ben, the best place to watch the game. I've been all around the ballpark, and this is the loudest place. As we saw earlier in the all-access piece, you've been up for some 31 hours. Was it worth the wait overnight for the tickets, and how you feeling now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is the best place to watch it. I mean, listen to these fans. They're crazy, and I love it. I mean, this is the best place to be.
So you had a chance with your mom Colleen to get the free 6 tickets, but you turned that down instead to watch here with the bleacher bums. That was the right call in your opinion?
How can you refuse this? Listen to him. How can you refuse that?
He's going on pure adrenaline, guys. 31 hours and counting. He's only 17 years old.
Well, when you're 17, you can do that stuff, can't you?
Exactly.
Jeff Baker, the number 3 man, the power-hitting left-hander, will lead it off in the Clemson 8th. Hale took something off, and Baker was out in front, 0-2. A couple of walks, couple of strikeouts for Baker, who really, I don't think, has seen a fastball over the plate tonight. Excuse me, Johnson.
No, he really hasn't, Mike. He hasn't seen a pitch. They pitched him very careful because this is a left-handed friendly ballpark. You know, it's shorter porch and right. The wind's always blowing that way. Looking for something to yank.
Off speed again outside from Hale.
The wind is dead right now, though.
Yes, it is.
Always taught. Billy Connors was one of my pitching coaches on teams I played in Seattle, and he always said, if a guy is going to beat you late in the game, this is what he'd tell our closers, make him beat you the opposite direction. They were always pounding him down and away. Make him hit the ball the other way. He wants to hit a home run, he's going to have to earn it.
3-2 to Johnson, hit on the ground. Second baseman Will Holt picks up and throws him out and away.
Considering all the walks and hit batsmen and everything else, the defense has been superb.
Yes, it has when they've had an opportunity.
Yes.
And 12 of the 22 free passes have crossed the plate. 18 walks, 4 hit by pitch. Too many freebies for either side to be happy. This one's dumped toward right field, will drop in front of Drew Anderson. It's a base hit for Valiente.
We were talking earlier about all the freshmen. Georgia Tech, 17 freshmen on their team, 15 here. There's another freshman, Valentino. I mean, it's just guys producing all the time. And it's so much of an advance now in college where the freshmen are having a major impact on the game.
It's not unusual to see maybe one come in and, you know, be a star right away, but to have guys who contribute every day up and down the lineup is really surprising. Jared Schmidt struck out the last time up.
I think a lot of it has to do with the area code games, and they play so many AAU baseball games now. There's just so many things that the kids do at an early age. They're way more advanced than they were even 10, 15 years ago.
Absolutely. Beautiful breaking pitch, 0-2.
coming in here now after summer, playing 65, 70 games in the summertime. And, you know, a lot of times the knock before was they didn't have the experience. Well, they're playing 200 games before they get to college.
That's right. One and two to Jared Schmidt. 1 on, 1 out. Just a little bit high. We're in the Clemson half of the 8th inning, tied at 10. Clemson and Nebraska, opening game for these two teams in the College World Series. It's a double elimination, but that first loss is a crusher. So hard to come back out of a loser's bracket. This one's fouled back out of play. That's why you see head coaches and pitching coaches be willing to use up a lot of guys in the first game because they know how critical it is. You use up your guys and you win, you get a rest. If you don't win, then you're really in a boatload of trouble. 2-2 slapped on the ground, could be 2. And is. Bolt to Simakaitis to Iman. They call him safe at first base.
When I tell you what, the toughest part of that play right there is that you almost assure Cleo Green another opportunity to bat in this ball game. You get this double play right there. Now you're 3 hitters away from ending this, not keeping him away from getting up. Little loop in the flip, and that's the difference in it right there. That allowed him. This ball was too much air time, and that in the transfer was good, but the flip, the ball hung too long, and it allowed the runner to first base to get that extra step.
Good call
at first.
Difference. Good call. 2 outs and a man on. Frank, the center fielder.
What a great throw Frank made from center.
Brilliant. Cut down a runner at the plate. It was a bases loaded situation, a line drive single to center. And he got the runner from second to hold it to a 1-run hit. Makes this one low. 2-0. Isaac would be next. Schirik is warming in the Nebraska bullpen. Late steal, nearly thrown into center field. Simakaitis, what a stab. His body's momentum was going towards second. He just had to throw himself back toward shortstop and speared it.
What a great call. Now, this is a delayed steal. He takes 3 hops and he takes off when it crosses the plate. Now, what happens is a left-handed hitter blocks the vision of the base runner, and the catcher's not able to pick it up, and the infielders did a poor job of drifting over. He makes a great catch to get back, but he was late getting over there.
Saved a runner at third for certain. So now they've got a runner in scoring position. Left-handed batter Kyle Frank, and I'll bet this discussion is about, do you want to go ahead and put Frank on and set up the double play for Pyzik, who's only a 182 hitter? Although Pyzik has bedeviled them tonight, he has walked twice. They're going to go to the bullpen. We've got a break in the action, 10-10, bottom of the 8th.
I have everything they put inside me, everything I ever learned. All of it.
They trained him.
I've got a Black Ops agent who's off the reservation.
To be the perfect weapon.
We don't take care of this, we'll both burn. Take him out.
But when they betrayed him,
they're trying to kill me.
They unleashed the one thing that could destroy them. Matt Damon is Jason Bourne.
I'm on my own side now.
The Bourne Identity. Rated PG-13. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
It's just the same old thing. I need adventure, excitement. I'm suffocating.
Okay. You can drive.
Spice things up. The Hyundai Santa Fe. V6 power, full-time four-wheel drive, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan. The Santa Fe.
Don't even think about it.
Brown
makes me a hero. It lets my customers know I've shipped what I promised. It lets them track their own order from the time it's shipped until the moment it arrives. Brown gives me the time to make sales calls instead of tracking packages, which makes me a hero to my boss. Brown works. I get the credit. How terribly, terribly unfair.
Better service, more sales. What can Brown do for you?
And welcome back to Omaha 10-10 ball game. Now, Clemson getting a runner in the scoring position. You're looking at Jared Smith. How did he get there? Watch the delayed steal. This is a great weapon for big runners that don't run too fast. See where that line is. That's where he needs to get to. Now the batter is going to block the catcher off from being able to see it. See him hop? He gets to that area. You take off as soon as the ball crosses the plate. It's a timing play, and he catches everybody sleeping. Watch how he does it. Great fundamental. He's off and going. It's not a straight steal, but a delayed steal. Put him in scoring position.
The new pitcher, left-hander Waylon Byers, is on to face Kyle Frank, who stands in with a 2-1 count. They make it 3-1, missed with a fastball.
Well, he inherits the count at 2-1.
Right.
For the viewers that might be confused like I was for a second there.
And that puts a reliever under even that much more pressure. Fastball up and in, and lost him on two close ones. Byers hasn't pitched since May 26th, although this is his 21st appearance of the year.
Well, it's an interesting move because you're asking him virtually to come in and face a right hand.
That's right.
You know, I mean, he inherits a 2-1 count. If you can work a miracle and get this lefty out, great, but you're going to face a right-handed hitter.
Numbers on Byers, he has lost 5. And he apparently came in only to try to get out Frank, the left-hander.
Well, what set that up was after he delayed steal that changed the whole philosophy to, uh-oh, now we got to get this left-hander out. I'm not going to let him beat us with a base hit here, and that's why they made that quick switch.
Wheels are turning in both dugouts in a 10-10 game.
Hey.
Just went to Circuit City. Pretty big, huh?
Yeah, it's big, but...
But what?
Well, there's just a little extra space all the way around.
Well, we could always go bigger.
We can go bigger.
You can bring it back. We welcome returns and exchanges with no surprise charges, like restocking fees. Circuit City, we're with you.
Honey, it's big enough.
I can still see the light.
Thumb within your thumb, and that'll be your club.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That way you won't throw the club when your head's way up because you're looking where you're not supposed to.
Am I not supposed to look?
No. Head down. Take a swing now.
Hey, Sean. Who's that dancing with your wife?
That's Cinderson. Nice pants. Very nice pants.
Dockers dress casuals. Finally, guys have an answer to the little black dress.
Chevy Tahoe is the only large SUV with the security of AutoTrack 4-wheel drive, so you can impress people. Or avoid them altogether. Chevy Tahoe, like a rock.
If you joined us late, you missed a lot. It's 10-10 in the 8th. Shane Comine went 5 1/3, eventually weakened, and Morris has a home run and 4 runs batted in. Nebraska has left 12 on tonight. Khalil Green, showing the superstar that he is, 3 for 5, has driven in 5, including a home run. And the man who precedes him in the lineup, the leadoff hitter, also 3 for 5. Clemson was down 7-2. They have battled back. They took a 2-run lead. Nebraska fought back to tie it at 10. And Clemson right now with 2 on and 2 out. And Phil Shyrick from Minot, North Dakota, 6'3" senior, is the new pitcher. A fastball. 47 strikeouts in 46 2/3. He's
been a strikeout pitcher virtually his whole life. One time in an American Legion game, he struck out 20 batters. This is an American Legion right now, but that's not a bad start.
Isaac's average down to 179, but he has walked the last 2 times up. Takes a high fastball there.
He's been the difference in the game,
hasn't he?
Great defense, but they have not made him swing the bat the whole night. I don't think a 182 hitter is going to have that big of an impact on the offense,
no.
But he has.
And the Clemson folks said he had to for them to be successful. During one of the breaks, Harold, you made a great point. This is going to virtually ensure that Clemson has to hit in the bottom of the ninth, that Khalil Green will get another at bat. And he's the last guy the Nebraska pitching staff wants to see.
I'm putting him on, regardless of the situation. I just walk him.
1-2 to Isaac. Fastball misses.
You know, that brings up an interesting situation. He hit that home run when it was 1st and 3rd. Now, I've seen George Brett get walked before 1st and 3rd. I've watched Barry Bonds do that. That might be a trend we see the rest of the way through this College World Series.
2-2, 2 out, 2 on. Fastball. Inside the bag at first, stabbed by Iman, and he'll make the play. Brandon Iman, the shortstop and second baseman who's in there because Matt Hopper, the first baseman, is injured, shows you the good leather and makes a big play that keeps it at 10-10 as Isaac's bid for a base hit is denied.
Wagner to serve. Wait a minute. He's walking off the court. What's going on? Look at the size of those shrimp.
You won't believe your eyes. Red Lobster's jumbo shrimp. Big, succulent shrimp in mouth-watering combinations. Choose from crunch fried, coconut, or scampi. Available right now for a very limited time. Mix and match any two for just $12.99. Red Lobster. Go overboard.
You've spent your whole life under the hoods of muscle cars. The rumble of a big block makes your blood race. Call 1-800-884-4262 to find out how we can make you one of the best technicians in the world. Universal Technical Institute.
Hey, honey, have you seen the phone?
With Cox Digital Telephone's great savings and great service, you won't be the only one who can't wait to use it.
We're getting creamed here. Where, Mommy? Where, Mom?
With Cox, save more than 20% over Quest every month. Thousands of people have made the choice. Call 623-594-1122.
Texas is back home in Omaha. So put me in. I'm your man. I promise I can do it all. Back home in Omaha. And it feels so good to breathe the air. Back home in Omaha.
You don't get here, it's been a lousy year. Georgia Tech, a winner this afternoon. Nebraska and Clemson, one of them will join the winner's bracket tonight. Tomorrow afternoon in bracket 2, Notre Dame and Stanford begin play. Texas and Rice tomorrow night on ESPN at 7 o'clock. The early game on CBS.
I like that remix, Mike, man.
That's nice.
Yeah, the guitar is kicking. Here we go.
2, 3, 4 in the order for Nebraska. B.J. Lamora trying to keep it at 10. And now Matt Henry has checked in. And he will pitch the ninth. 6th Clemson pitcher Nebraska has used 5. Big right-hander from Jupiter, Florida. Bruce 2 for 4 tonight. Has driven in a run with a double and a single. Fastball at the knees.
He's rushing it up there. Nice short arm motion.
The
see the depth of the pitching staffs of both teams as the game has gone on. It seems like they decided we got to win this game, and they started bringing some jet fuel.
Breaking ball struck him out. Check in with Dave Ryan. David?
Mike, what a great play by Brandon Eyman last inning for Nebraska at first base. He's taking over for the injured Matt Hopper. They'll platoon with Josh Birmingham at that spot. Problem is that Brandon, as utility player before Hopper's injury, does not own a first baseman's mitt. They actually share a glove used by several Huskers this season. Luckily for Brandon and Dave Van Horn, though, Eyman had been working out at first base over the past month since Hopper was playing with a badly injured shoulder that needs some reconstruction after the College World Series. So they were ready for that big moment.
All right, David, thank you very much. And the star with a bat in his hand for Nebraska, Jed Morris. Morris was the main beneficiary when Hopper was in the lineup because Hopper hit behind him. And Matt Henry is making only his second relief appearance of the entire year. He has been Clemson's most consistent starter this season. That's how big Jack Leggett thinks this game is.
Well, Morris reminds me of Don Mattingly. You know, when you try to think of names of people that how they look in the batter's box.
Well, he looked pretty good on the one he crushed to right center for the home run. Got an inside fastball and tipped it back foul that time. Off the left-hander, this is a two-run blast. Back when it was still light.
That was yesterday, right?
It's just about. Boy, would he love another one. We're in the ninth. Checks his swing on a low breaking pitch.
They really haven't given him a pitch inside. His next at bat, he hit a ball foul, just missed being fair. Home run went way back. And since that time, they've pitched him on the outside half. They have not tried to challenge him inside.
Well, this is the true power in this lineup. Nobody with more than 12 home runs except for Jed Morris, the All-American catcher. Got an inside fastball, ripped it to straightaway right, but right at Schmidt, who came on and made the sliding catch. On the button.
Great read by Schmidt. Super jump, good swing, good play all around. They challenged him, came inside, quick swing. Look at that stroke, but Schmidt just a great jump.
Two gone, nobody on in the Nebraska ninth. Jeff Blevins, who doubled his last time up and has two doubles on the night, stands in. Schmidt, who has the best arm of any of the Clemson outfielders, showed you some quickness and a good jump on the ball on that one. Blevins has his average up to 300.
Oh, nice. He really hides that slider a long time right there.
Matt Henry on to pitch the ninth in his second relief appearance of the season. High fastball is chopped foul, 2-1. If you are looking ahead to the ninth, we'll start with Slevin, the number 9 man, and then Zane Green, who's had a big night, and Kevin Green, who's had even a bigger night, or Khalil Green, excuse me. Hit to right. Schmidt goes back, and he's got it. Blevins got under it. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the ninth, tied at 10.
Psst, Howie, you know how dads like you give. And give. And give. Well, at Radio Shack, we believe it's about time dads receive. That's why we've assembled some of the coolest Father's Day gifts, like the new Ultra Slim Sprint PCS Sanyo 6200 phone, or this new golf boy that brings the fun of the game indoors, or this DVD MP3 player for our lowest price ever. And cast your vote at Radio Shack for your favorite Major League All-Star.
At the Beef and Bird Cook-Off, does anyone use a gas grill?
You couldn't get anybody out here to cook with gas.
Definitely want to use charcoal.
Because when it comes to flavor...
Proven fact that charcoal is better than gas.
And the charcoal of choice...
Kingsford. for sure.
Kingsford Charcoal, because taste is everything.
Now get a free order of Domino's Cheesy Bread when you buy a large one-topping pizza for just $9.99. Get the door. It's free Domino's Cheesy Bread.
Sport utility rocket? Escape pod? The all-new Toyota Matrix. That's something else.
We go to the Clemson ninth. This is Zane Green, who homered in the sixth to get the Tigers close as they fought back. And then in the seventh, the man who hits behind him, All-American Khalil Green, gave Clemson at least a temporary lead. They were up 10-8 at that point with a 3-run bomb. They are scheduled to hit in this inning after David Slevin. The drama continues to unfold here at Rosenblatt. Fastball inside from Sherrick, the freshman right-hander, to Slevin. And an RBI single his last time up. Up and in. A lot of pressure on a freshman pitcher.
It is. You got to play one out at a time, one pitch at a time. Or should I reverse that order and say one pitch at a time, one out at a time?
There you go. Too high again. If you tuned in late, you've missed 20 runs, 20 hits, 19 walks, 4 hit batters, 387 pitches. and some gems from Harold and Dave.
And our umpire is still locked in back there.
He has had, that's all you can ask from an umpire. He has had a perfectly consistent strike zone from the first inning till this instant. Can't quibble with a whole lot of it. 3-1 to Slevin. Up and in. Ball 4. The winning run is aboard as they go back to the top of the order. Between innings, head coach Jack Leggett was talking to his leadoff hitter, Zane Green, about what he was looking for. And if they got into this situation, you got a guy who is a streak hitter who has come on late in the season, performed beautifully. All 5 of his career home runs have come in this NCAA tournament. And now you're probably going to send him up there to sacrifice.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and put that runner in scoring position, but you're probably taking the bat out of Khalil Green's hand.
That's the problem. We'll be back in a moment.
Ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my keys.
I'll drive.
No, I'll drive.
But I'm right here.
Yeah, and I'm right over there.
The new all-wheel drive Forester.
Hey, why don't we let Belle decide?
With more standard safety features than anything in its class. And more standard horsepower than a CR-V. It's the obvious choice. When you get it, you get it. The all-new Forester from Subaru.
Ninja Sport Bikes. Are you worthy? Get 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments on any Kawasaki vehicle for 6 months.
Cindy says I'm supposed to eat well-rounded meals.
It's rolling, isn't it?
Sometimes you just need a dog. The Big Bite. Oscar Mayer goodness with a Frito-Lay Big Grab and a Pepsi Gulp for $1.99.
At the Beef and Bird Cook-Off, does anyone use a gas grill?
You couldn't get anybody out here to cook with gas.
Definitely want to use charcoal.
Because when it comes to flavor...
Proven fact that charcoal is better than gas.
And the charcoal of choice...
Kingsford, for sure.
Kingsford Charcoal, because taste is everything.
The rally caps are out for the Clemson Tigers. They have a runner on in the bottom of the ninth, tied at 10. And the heart of their order coming up. Leadoff man Zane Green and Khalil Green, the player of the year behind him. And the new pitcher is the freshman left-hander from Scottsbluff, Nebraska, Jeremy Becker. 2-1 with 3 saves of 5.52 earned run average. And he comes in to face the lefty, Zane Green.
You said it correctly, Mike. He's coming in to face the lefty because he's not going to be facing the next man.
Now here's the part that people can debate strategy until you turn blue, and you make me right either way. Do you bunt? If you do, you take the bat out of Khalil Green's hands. They bunt.
Oh, they had to play
at second. Instead, they'll have to get the safe one at first.
They might be better off having to play at second.
You're right.
You know, having the man get to second base, now you can walk him. If you don't, and say you get the out of second base, now you're going to have to pitch to Green. Where do you put him? He had him at second, too.
Yes, he did. But he may see 4 low and behind him right now.
I know you always say you want to get that man in scoring position as often as you possibly can, but college baseball is a different type of game. This guy's on a major roll.
And the guy they will pitch to, Jeff Baker, is hitless tonight. Has a couple of walks, but they are not going to let Khalil Green hurt them.
And you know what I like about this right here is they're having this guy right here, they're having him go ahead and Baker having him throw the 4 pitches because you know they're going to bring the right-hander in to face the rest of the order. Instead of having the new pitcher come in, throw 4 balls, and then expect him to come in and throw strikes.
Good point. And this will set a College World Series record. 13 pitchers between the 2 teams combined in one game.
No. I gotta call you back. Hello, Judith speaking.
Ring-a-ding-ding, Judy. Vegas here.
Las Vegas? How did you get this number?
Never mind that, Sid. What do you say you and me go hit the strip again tonight, huh?
I can't. I have to finish these employee evaluations.
Hey, baby, you can keep working, or you can start living. It's your choice.
But that'd be really wild.
Now there's the crazy dame I know.
Representing people in DUI or criminal cases is not easy. It often requires extensive legal knowledge, hard work, and experience. At Phillips & Associates, we can help you. We have experienced, aggressive attorneys who are familiar with the recent law changes, and we accept some DUI cases with little or no money down. That's right. We can begin your case immediately and set up an affordable payment plan. Call us right now to set up your free office visit. You'll be glad you did. Call 602-258-8888.
Frank here, Paris, Texas. I'm Whataburger's biggest fanatics, spreading the word about their new honey Dijon Whata chicken sandwich. Bum, bum, done. Is that not the best chicken sandwich that you've ever had? It's excellent. Have you ever had a chicken sandwich before?
Oh, yes.
Of course you have. But have you ever had the honey Dijon Whata chicken sandwich?
Can't say I have.
It's your favorite Whata chicken with fresh fixins, honey Dijon mustard, Swiss American cheese, and crispy bacon. Try it for yourself and spread the word.
Clemson rallying in the ninth in a 10-10 tie against Nebraska. Michael Johnson and Jeff Baker, the next 2 hitters. They walk Khalil Green. He of 27 home runs and 91 RBIs. 2 monsters behind him. Baker with 25 dingers and Johnson with 23. A school record for 3 guys.
Mike, we're just looking at the home runs there. They've averaged between the 3 of them 404, 24 home runs, 81 RBIs.
And it's up to Jeff Blazing out of Lockport, Illinois, who has only pitched 10 2/3 all year.
You pretty much know Baker's going to see nothing but hook, hook, hook.
The winning run, 180 feet away. Baker's had a steady diet of curveballs all night long. Rips this one into left center, base hit. And the Clemson Tigers have won it in the night.
Well, we were saying earlier, you don't have that much damage out of Jeff Baker and not be able to hit a breaking pitch. Took him a little while to catch up to one, but he finally did. Big hit. Wow, what a game, Mike.
Baker delivers in the bottom of the ninth. The Clemson Tigers, the big bats quiet for much of the night. They were behind 7-2, and they fought back to win it 11-10.
Gets a breaking pitch. You know, he measured the first one, and this one's left out over the plate. And when it was hit off the bat, he knew it, no doubt about it. Nice little gapper.
Stayed on it, went down and got it.
He's been here for so long. He showed us all the tools. We were talking about his defense early in the game. Now he comes up with the big knock to win it.
A gap shot that easily got home Slevin from second. And now Nebraska has lost 3 games in the last 2 years by a single run and have yet to win a game in the College World Series. And this one, with their ace on the hill and a 7-2 lead, has to be a crushing defeat.
Well, and it's the whole team played in this one. This is a team defeat, and that really devastates you. There's not one person to point to, but you've got a collective group of guys that just got beat, and that's very hard to bounce back from. They had their hearts ripped out tonight.
And what a lift for Clemson, being down 7-2, being stilled, and all at once they get a couple of guys that come out of the bullpen and do well enough to hold Nebraska, and the bats bring them back.
They talked about their big gun carrying them all the time, and Mr. Green did it again tonight, Mike. He was the difference maker.
He is the superstar. That completes the first day of action in Bracket 1. Georgia Tech and Clemson into the winners round. South Carolina and Nebraska now 1 game away from elimination. Tomorrow, Notre Dame, Stanford, Texas, and Rice. Our final score, Clemson 11, Nebraska 10. RPM coming up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Harold Reynolds, Dave Ryan, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Good night from the College World Series.